I'm addicted to success.
What's up? Welcome to your new favorite podcast, The Ain't Shit Show, the home of booze, views, and unpopular opinions. Thank you for joining us for episode 50.
What is it, 50?
It's 50.
We've been gone so long, I forgot.
So what he's telling you people is he have no languages prepared for
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I want y'all to go to his page and just put trash emojis under his picture.
Yeah.
My name is Fresh, and as y'all know, I'm one half of the pod, guys, and with me, I have, I think, the best man in all the podcasts.
Yeah, I just didn't know the
do
number.
his homework for y'all.
I'm still out here.
You should be prepared for all the numbers, my nigga.
I know.
Be healed.
That's what happens when you don't record for 17 weeks. You lose count.
Man. Yeah. Hey, I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. We did not record for 2 weeks.
Sorry for the wait.
Sorry for the wait for sure. We had some issues, some behind the scenes issues with, just our sound, guys. And shout out to Jesse. Jesse's working on a new project. We had to find a new sound, guy. So say what up to Michael.
Mike, what up?
Mike is our new sound guy.
Got some high standards to be held to, sir. So make sure you come through in the clutch for us.
Come through with the come through, cause, Jesse was pretty good, but you know, Jesse started getting way too much bread and he had to follow the bag, secure the bag. I don't blame him. Can't hate that. A little bit more notice would have helped.
What they paying you, for sure.
Right. We definitely ain't paying you what they paying you, for sure. But we happy for Jesse to be, moving on to greener pastures. And by greener, I just mean bread wise. Mm-hmm. But shout out to him and shout out to Mike, you know. What you been up to in these past 2 weeks, B?
Man, I had a whole lot of shit going on, man. Last week I went to Vegas and that shit was like I had to go for work. So it was like a 36-hour trip. I went like Thursday and came back Saturday. So it was, technically that's
You got there Thursday morning or Thursday?
I left like Thursday 11:30 and then, I got there at 3:30 or some shit. I don't know. I don't know how the whole time thing going to West Coast. It's like you lost in translation. Like it's like you just you don't, you know what I mean? Like you're not accounted for a couple hours.
It is.
But yeah, that shit was crazy. I forgot that marijuana was legal. So.
Turn up. How was that turn up? How was the dispensaries?
I had a blast. That shit was awesome, man. So like Thursday, like I forgot that the weed was legal and shit. So I hadn't been to Vegas in like 10 years. So,
it just became legal this year too.
Oh yeah, see, didn't know that.
At the top of the year, January, yeah.
Yeah, so that shit, man, and them shits are like Walgreens. Them shits are every fucking where. Them shits like they're more prevalent than CVS. Like, so the fun fact is that Chick-fil-A, Las Vegas, out of everything in the world that Las Vegas has, they just got their fresh Chick-fil-A like 3 months ago. No bullshit.
Yeah, I believe it. That, DC probably just started getting Chick-fil-A's like 6 years ago.
Wow, that's so fucking crazy to me. Like
it's in the South. Chick-fil-A is a Southern thing.
I guess that's crazy, but yeah. So, I enjoyed. I partook, and I think it's partook. I don't know. I indulged. How about that? I indulged in.
You had a good time.
Yeah, in the festivities. Vegas is a wild place. It was the weekend of the fight. The McGregor fight. I left on Saturday morning. Had I known that prior to me going, or like even like a week before, I don't know, I guess it slipped my mind. I wasn't paying attention. I would have stayed for another day, but that shit was wild, man. Vegas is the craziest place. That shit is Sin City for a reason.
For real.
It is every vice that you have encapsulated in one fucking desert.
In 24 hours,
yeah, man.
It's a 24-hour city. Is anything you looking for anything
you
you're
want to
looking
drink,
for.
if you're alcoholic, you can go to Vegas. If you want to gamble, you can go to Vegas. If you want to get some sex, you can go to Vegas. If you want to smoke weed now, you can legally go to Vegas and some other shit. And that shit is crazy, man. I had a blast. The dispensaries were crazy. Like, it was just amazing to me to go and purchase marijuana and any product first, like with marijuana for free. I mean, not for free, excuse me, legally.
Not for, like, if it's for free, let us know, cause we trying to get, we trying to get that.
Nah, it's not.
You gonna be smoking some motherfucking dust and twigs and shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, I went to 2 different ones. One was like a boutique. The other one was like a damn depot. Like, that shit was like Sam's Club type shit. That shit was big as fuck.
So do you go in and you ask for, like, you looking at these certain strands, or like, how did you know what you wanted? I guess is my question.
That's the thing. Like, I just was like, I was super green.
Did you get some pre-rolls? Or?
Nah, I just went in there and was like, give me some bud, man. he was like, and he was all like, like a horticulturist and shit and all like into it. He's like, yeah, so what do you want?
This was grown by Tibetan monks.
Yeah, he was like, cause the first one, like I said, it was a boutique, you know what I mean? So like, it was real nice and like jazzy and shit. And then, he was like, yeah, what do you want? A body high or a head high? I'm like, I don't know, man. I just want to get high. He was like, okay. So then he asked me some more questions. I'm like, bro, I don't give a damn. He was like, then you want to, he was like, what you going to be doing? I was like, I'm going to be drinking. You know what I'm saying? Probably go to a strip club or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
He was like, all right, well, I'm going to give you an indica. And I was like, okay. And then he gave me he gave me that shit, and I ran to my room real quick and like hot box like I was like 15. That shit was fun as hell. I had a blast.
That's always fun.
Yeah,
that's
hot
always
box like
fun.
I was 15. I stayed in the trash ass Circus though. Never stayed there.
Circus is trash. Tupac got shot in front of Circus.
That shit is so trash. That's not a good place. If you haven't been to Vegas and you plan on going to Vegas, don't go to Circus. I took my first
and rooms
lift.
in Vegas are pretty, hotels for the most part are pretty cheap in Vegas, only because they trying to get you in them bitches.
And I took my first
gamble.
lift. That was interesting.
Oh, you lost your Uber Lyft virginity.
I'm deflowered.
Oh, you probably sat in the front seat like a creep and shit,
too.
I
didn't do that. I took like 5 or 6 different times, and like only got one weirdo. This motherfucker, I put it on my Instagram. If you follow me, this shit was on my stories. He was this nigga was talking like clean for the entire ride, and I had no idea like who he was talking to. I thought he had like Bluetooth in or some shit. And towards the end of the ride, I was like, you talking to me? He was like, yeah, I am. I'm like, man, the fuck, this nigga was just, I don't know.
You ain't answered one time and this nigga wasn't carrying on a full conversation.
He was just talking about a fucking baby and some like club he was in and some weird, I was like, man, this motherfucker a weirdo, but yeah, man.
That probably wasn't even that nigga lift. That nigga probably stole that lift.
What's crazy, they got autonomous lifts in fucking Vegas now. So like,
oh, word?
Yeah, so like, them shits drive themselves.
I'm not getting in that, bro.
Only place that you can't drive it on is like private property. So if it's like owned by the MGM, you gotta have a driver like actually manning the wheel. But on the street,
you got in one?
Hell no.
I'm never getting in one of them shits. I didn't even know they were approved, because I know they were doing some testing and somebody got killed, some shit, and I thought that kind of slowed that down, but I guess not.
Nah, so they have to have, it's still a driver.
Is it cheaper?
I don't know. I ain't even checked.
Oh.
They have to have a driver, but the driver doesn't have to operate it unless he's on private property. So he just sit back there and chill, and he can drink beer and shit. So, but the shit drives.
Shit.
Like he just put the coordinates in and that shit just drives. Shit was crazy.
Oh, okay. So it's a driver in there. He just don't have his hands on the wheels and shit.
Until he on private
Kind of like
property.
a pilot.
Yeah, it's like Total Recall or some shit. I'll just minus the 3 titties.
What if you had an autonomous Lyft driver with 3 titties though?
That would be right for Vegas. Like it would be
right for Vegas though. It would be right for Vegas. Vegas is lit. I love Vegas. I went last year for my birthday, and I always have a good time in Vegas. Vegas is just one of the places. If you go to Vegas and you don't have a good time, you just dead inside. I feel like. Cause Vegas will tire your ass out too.
Boy, that shit whooped me. I was so tired, like, cause I had ate an edible, like, towards the end of the night on Friday night, cause I left Saturday morning and shit. I ate an edible and shit, and I went to the strip club. I was fucked up. Like, I was so fucking,
Where you go, girl collection?
Nah, I didn't even go to that. I wanted to. I just went to some shit that was across the street from the dispensary. Like, it was just magical. Like, it just appeared. It was just a fucking strip club.
It probably wasn't even a strip club. You was just so fucked up. You went into an abandoned building.
Nah, that shit was a strip club. It was like a million fucking strippers in there, and they were all like, it
white
was weird
strippers.
because it was like,
do they get all the way naked?
Nah, it's a titty bar. But
ain't nobody got time to see titties.
Yeah, I mean,
you see that on the street.
It was interesting though, because like it wasn't like no hood Atlanta strip club at all. You know what I'm saying? It was like kind of like an upscale white folk strip club, but they still had like bad bitches in there. You know what I'm saying? Like with tight butts. It won't like.
Was the white girls bad?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was like Spanish bitches. It was all type of. It was like a plethora, a cornucopia of fine women.
Copious
you know what
women.
I'm saying? Like it was, but they had like the cheerleader butts and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Yeah, them trash.
Yeah. But nah,
I mean,
it wasn't
they
bad,
alright.
though.
I go for white men.
It wasn't like no big jiggly butts like I'm used to, but it was, you know what I'm saying? It was cool. Had a good time.
It wasn't no Malayas.
Nah, it definitely wasn't no Malayas.
It wasn't no Miracle White.
It was some Marias and shit.
Black Child.
It was definitely some Marias.
Maria. Hey, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
had a good time.
We had our photo shoot. About 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, website coming.
Website coming soon. We got some good pics out of that. Shout out to Neek.
Yeah, Neek 919.
Capital. What's his joint called? Capital Visuals.
I don't know. His Instagram is Neek_919. I don't know what his company's called. I think it's Capital Visuals. Some shit. I don't know. He dope though. Young nigga doing his thing.
Yeah, he's super dope. Shout out to him for getting those good pictures. We had like 5 locations. Mm-hmm. We ended up in a pretty good location though, so y'all see them pics coming soon on the website. Yeah. So I was in North Carolina with B 2 weekends ago, and I just got so much love in North Carolina, man. Like,
it's a great place.
I got so much love. And y'all know, y'all been listening to this podcast for 50 episodes. Y'all know I used to live in North Carolina, and I lived there for a very long time because I went to college there. But yeah, man, like so many people. So my homegirl, Jed and Dewan, y'all heard me shout them out numerous times. Love them so much. They had their baby shower, so that was one of the reasons I was there. And it was just like, Jed and I know each other and have mutual friends from college and also from where we all used to work together. The 3 of us used to work together, me, Jed, and B.
Yep.
Different areas and shit like that, but we all used to work together. So we have mutual friends from college and from work, and just going to this baby shower, like it's people there that I personally haven't seen since I graduated. You know what I'm saying? And they talking about how they fuck with the show and all that.
Appreciate
and I'm like,
y'all.
wow, like I ain't even know y'all listen. You know what I'm saying? And Dewan, she my biggest fan. Love her so much. She pushing people out the way so she could take pictures with me. And I hit B pregnant as hell with 2 babies.
Twinsies.
2 whole babies.
Twinsies.
And they're big babies too.
Shit,
I hit B Friday night when I got there on Friday, hung out with some folk, whatever, and went to Skewers and walked in the spot, and this girl grabbed me and was just like, "Are you fresh?" And I'm like, "Yeah." We're like, "What's up?" I'm looking at her like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm drunk too, so I don't know why you grabbing me, you know what I'm saying?
Skewers is hood.
She like, she was, right, exactly. You gotta be on your P's and Q's, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, "Yo, I listened to your podcast, da 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 da." So it was just so crazy. I'm like, "Yo, how you listen to it? How you find out about it, whatever. And she said, she was looking for something and like, somebody else recommended it because they listened to the joint, and it was just real cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was interesting because I have had love from people I might not know them, but I know exactly how they got brought on to my podcast, and then I, you know what I'm saying, then I meet them, you know what I'm saying, they like, oh, I listen to your shit. But it's different when somebody you don't know from Adam, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, I listen to y'all podcast, like, it's so dope, it's like my favorite podcast. So I don't have the young lady's name because I was super drunk. But shout out to you if you are listening. Shout out to you.
Yeah, appreciate you. I mean, shit, motherfucker can recognize me. I mean, I am about 6'5", you know what I mean? With the shirt on and shit, I'll be damn, you know what I mean?
With the shirt
I don't know
on.
what that
Please
meant.
always have your shirt on.
I know, like, what the fuck? That was stupid. When it left, my lips paused, I was like, that didn't make sense. But yeah.
But it's okay. Sometimes our mouth work faster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The break.
Stick with me. Hey, I had 2 weeks off, okay? Fuck.
Oh man,
I'm
yeah,
rusty.
2 weeks off.
I'm
2
rusty.
weeks. But I miss y'all, man.
Yeah,
I
enjoy. I miss
like,
recording.
I love
it was weird, like,
man.
cause this has been like a mainstay in my life for the past, I don't know, however many months I've been doing
25, 30 episodes.
Yeah. So,
you know what I mean? So
yeah.
It's definitely been that. And you know, I get like sometimes where we can't record a week and I'll be like, all right, cool. That just give me, you know, time to do other shit, whatever. But that going up on that 2 week mark, I was like, wait a minute. Like my peoples, I need to talk to my peoples. Me and B need to get on here. So, you know what I'm saying? So
we back,
we miss
bitch.
y'all.
Yeah, I'm back, bitch.
Bike. Hip Hop Awards on.
I know. I was watching.
You can't watch that right now. How was it going?
It was coincidentally enough, it was Gucci Mane that had performed initially. He opened the show. D-Ray Davis he's the host. He did his little non-funny D-Ray Davis shit, and he's not funny to me.
D-Ray not really funny.
He's not. He's more of he's better in movies. I mean, he's not great because he never, you know what I'm saying? But like, I saw him live and he was trash. So I've kind of, it's soured my taste.
D-Ray is kind of one of those guys that you just kind of tolerate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have no feeling towards him. Like, you ain't expecting to laugh. I guess it's just D-Ray. And what's crazy about D-Ray is, D-Ray, fun fact, D-Ray always has like 2 girlfriends. Mm-hmm. And when one of them left and she got a boyfriend and he replaced her with another one, like a white girl or whatever. So shout out to D-Ray for that.
Yeah, he play her now.
Cause the Japanese one, the half Japanese one, she pretty. I like her. But D-Ray, D-Ray, and it's always this mystery about how old D-Ray is.
D-Ray,
you know
old,
what I'm saying?
Probably like 50.
Dad, that's what they saying. Niggas like D-Ray 50 something, but D-Ray don't never like to give his age. I know them bitches he fucking with is definitely in their early 20s.
Yeah, he got I know he said he got like a
23,
17-year-old daughter. I remember
20.
because he used to have a brother. Well, he has a brother named.
he used to be
an R&B singer, nigga named Steph Jones. You may know him, you may not.
I heard the name before.
Yeah, he was a light skinned weirdo nigga. He used to be signed with Disturbing the Peace, and my homeboy used to be signed there as well. So that's how I met the nigga, and he was like, that dude was older than me, and he was D-Ray little brother. You know what I'm saying? So he got at least be 45, 46, 47, something like around that age. But I mean, no homo. He don't look old.
Oh, that's D-Ray brother.
Yeah.
I know Steph Jones. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. I didn't know that was D-Ray brother.
Yep.
When I put them in, it said, you know how they put related people you search for, and it said D-Ray Davis and Chingy and Ludacris.
Yep.
Yeah, what happened to Steph Jones?
I don't know. He had a dope song. Like, he had a couple dope songs back then. This was 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago.
It was a good little grip ago. He was signed to, Def Jam, cause Disturbing the Peace, you just said Disturbing the Peace.
He had an ill voice. He had like a high pitched voice. He was nasty he could sing. Like, he had a couple joints that was hard, like that I heard, you know, internally or whatever, but I don't know whatever never materialized. He was kind of a weirdo, so.
Yeah, he was kind of a weirdo. Well, getting into people who are not weirdos, I want to get into Brown and Proud. And for the first person I want to shout out in Brown and Proud, this is 100% on the strength of B Hill that I am shouting this nigga out. I am shouting this nigga out. And the only reason I'm shouting him out because I didn't think he could do it. But he did it. And shout out to Lil Duval. No.
It's definitely song of the
summer. He do have
a
number 1 song for the past 3 weeks. So shout out to Lil Duval for Shine. Smile. So shine. Smile, bitch. Or shine, bitch. Whatever you want to do with it. And, that's with, Snoop Dogg and Ball Greasy, which that is like my favorite rap name ever. Ball Greasy. Like, that's like the worst name ever.
That shit is trash.
It makes me laugh every time. Shout out to Matilda, Joy. Joy put me on the Ball Greasy. He one of them Florida niggas.
Yeah. I heard of him a long time ago. He don't really do it for me, but shout out to bro. He got a #1 hit.
Yeah, he do. Give your spiel about Lil Duval. You've been harping on this for weeks, and it's for you. This is for you.
It's just a talented dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, not for nothing, Lil Duval created like the internet comedy. You know what I'm saying? So like, to kind of stay the course and then like get a deal and have a hit song at 40 after being in the game for umpteen years, I applaud it. You know what I'm saying? And especially like, cause he ain't even really singing. Like, the nigga, he's not a singer.
He only doing the hook,
He only doing the hook and got a #1 hit.
He only doing the hook.
But it's hard though. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud it. You know
I definitely see why you consider it Song of the Summer, because when I was in North Carolina, that was the third song that came on. Every third song. And I was like, yo, listening to the radio there was just brought back so much PTSD about how they really, like in Raleigh-Durham, they have fucking 5 songs.
Mm-hmm. I don't listen to the, I listen
over
to satellite,
and over and over again.
It was just everywhere. The song, I just knew it from being everywhere, like, and without even listening to the radio necessarily. It was just all like, so many memes and, you know what I mean? And so many people like him performing and shit, and then it just took off. I saw it like, cause he put it out in, I think June, like May 20, like in Labor Day is when he put it out. So that shit just took off. You know what I mean? So shit dope.
Yeah, I think the song definitely has a dope message, and I like the positive vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's the thing I liked about it even more so, that because like that's how he lived his life. You know what I'm saying? Like I follow him on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And he always just like do your own thing, fuck what everybody else think, and live and enjoy life. And that shit was his whole mantra. And he made a song about it, and that shit resonated with everybody clearly. So shout out to him.
Yeah, definitely, because I ain't going back and forth with you niggas.
Ain't going back and forth with you niggas.
Lil Duval definitely don't do it for me, period. He annoys me. I'm not really a fan of Lil Duval. I saw him live once, and his comedy was like tweets. So he just really didn't do it for me. But as far as this song, I definitely want to give him his props, and he definitely deserved his props for this. And it's funny because, like you said, this nigga only do the hook, and you rarely hear about Snoop or Ball Greasy, and they the motherfuckers who make the whole motherfucking song.
Yeah.
But shout out to Lil Duval. FYI, Billboard has definitely did its Song of the Summer list. And the Song of the Summer is Drake, In My Feelings.
Oh, of course.
Followed by, Cardi, I Like It, Booed Up, Nice for What, and Girls Like You by Maroon 5. Those are the songs of the summer, according to Billboard.
They out of touch.
All they do is track, streams and shit.
I guess.
Another Proud and Proud. I just want to give a shout out to Tam V, who was on the show. Tam had her mental health event in Melbourne. Hopefully some of you were able to go. I heard it was a great turnout. Unfortunately, B Hill and myself could not make it because we were out being runway models out here.
You know what I mean? Young Tyson, but we definitely out here. No
Young Tyson Beckford. Young Tyson Beckford over here. And I've heard nothing but powerful reviews in regards to it and testimonies.
Kiara was there too, wasn't she? Kiara Sophia.
Yeah, she was there. She was on the panel as well. Everybody did a great job, and it was great for the community. Y'all follow her at Lynn Therapy and support her events, man. She really trying to go out here and do something positive. And mental health is the new wave, and I don't say that like it's just something trendy. I'm happy that this is the conversation that's going on.
Time that we heal
We've
our
been
people.
needing that.
That's what Pac said.
For real. Yeah, exactly. And also in Brown and Proud, a cry for freedom, the Black Power salute. that rocked the world.
Yeah.
50 years ago today.
John Carlos.
Where John Carlos. Oh, I was going to say, wait, John Carlos. Yeah, you're right. Tommy Smith and John Carlos raised their fists during the 1968 Olympics in Mexico. And that is one of the most influential protest images of all time. Yep. If y'all are on our page, y'all know we had a Black Power fist on there all the time. That was some dope shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's like how I learned of the Black Power.
That's it.
Yeah, like history class and shit. You know, being like young, you know, learning about that.
And
shit.
on this date, even more, in 1995, on this same date, was the original Million Man March in DC. So that's
shout out to that.
That is 23 years old today.
1995.
Yeah.
No way.
23 years from 23. That's right. Wait, what is this?
No, you sure it's 1995?
I follow Louis Farrakhan. He just posted the shit.
I feel like I was in college when that shit went down, and I definitely was not in college in 1995.
Nah, that shit was 95.
Damn, that's crazy. Damn, that's wild.
I went to the second Million Man March, which was I think 5 years ago, and I was on 10/11. So, shout out to that. That was, I think I mentioned on the podcast, that shit was one of the most beautiful days of my life. Just seeing all them beautiful black people at one time with no incidents, no trash, nothing. Like, shit was amazing. So, shout out to Louis Farrakhan, Mr. Louis Farrakhan, and his just, I mean, cause in 95, it was literally no social media. It was just him, his beck and call. Like, people just came and fuck with him. So that shows you the power of our people. And if we militarize and form together, we're unstoppable. And we can do it peacefully without, you know what I mean? Like, we've been doing it peacefully, obviously, but, so a lot of Brown and Proud. This was a lot of Brown and Proud. Good shit. So shout out to all my black people, Brown and Proud.
And Brown and Not Proud, we just want to announce that we have officially instituted a Kanye West ban.
Oh yeah, I'm cool on bro.
So unless he does something that's totally outrageous that we definitely need to discuss, we will not be discussing bruh. We might discuss bruh adjacent stuff, but not him. After that meeting with Trump and all this other shit in the rant on SNL and him bigging up all these racists that he just want to be like, it's fuck Kanye. Fuck you as a clique, as a crew, as a as a record label, as anything Tupac would say. You know what I'm saying? And so if y'all looking to hear about the latest Kanye West antics, good or bad, I don't give a fuck. Like, he could cure cancer. I'm still not talking about bruh. Like, he just on some shit, and I'm just over his shit. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And fuck him too, for real. Cause I know you can't control somebody, but so much, but you probably have a little bit more influence over him than the rest of the world does. So you can curb that shit a little bit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That nigga is nuts. Like, I don't know what happened with him and Stacey Dash got on that plane and all falls down, but they definitely did not go to Wakanda, wherever they went. Yeah. Her ass just got married to some white man she just known for 10 days. He lame. I ain't even calling her lame. He lame for marrying her. But you know, some white man just got a fetish. Nah, when she started fucking up, she started aging. Remember, she looked like 23 for 20 years? And then all of a sudden, she started aging like milk.
Yeah. Not too many white penises in them.
Pink penis make you age like that? Look like a bruised banana?
Yeah.
God damn.
Banana in the sun.
A raisin in the sun. Oh man, you ready to get into Ain't Shit in 2 Cents?
Yeah.
No, litter shit.
Oh yeah.
Litter shit.
Yeah.
You want to need correcting me. You want keeping me honest.
I haven't been recording. Okay, I'm rusty.
This is what he gonna do.
Winded.
This is what he gonna do.
My cardio is, you know how you work out forever. It takes you forever to get in shape, and then like you start working out for like 2 days, and you like are not back in shape. Not, you just lose the in shapeness. That shit is so weird. That's what we're dealing with today.
No, 100%. I'm with you 100%. So kids, if you're listening, just stay in constant shape.
Yeah, just just go to the gym every day of your life. Don't ever take a day off.
Exactly. Don't ever take a day off.
Then
you'll feel strong as fuck one day and then just be feeling like a bag
it's like
of
3 days
the
though.
next day.
Like 3 days, like if you don't go to the gym for 3 days, like it's like everything you've done for the past 6 months is just null and void. Like what the fuck, man?
Facts. No, that's 100%. I'm with you. Cause I have not been to the gym in 3 days. And I feel you. I feel it. Let me tell you where I feel it. When I gotta go up like a rack of fucking steps.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes you going up the steps, you ain't even thinking about it, you killing it. Boom, 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 boom. You don't feel shit. But when you not working out, by the time that motherfucking 10th step come, you like, God damn, I got 20 more steps.
Yeah. Fuck around and turn around and go to the elevator. Shit.
Right.
You know what? You whoop me.
Turn around, just stand at the bottom, say, just holler at me when y'all get it. Call me on FaceTime when y'all
Thighs
get
be
up.
burning and shit. That shit trash.
Thighs burning funny as shit. All right, y'all, we gonna get into Little Shit, and Little Shit is our pop culture segment where we talk about all the things that are on your timeline. All right, B, I want to make a toast.
Let's make a toast.
Instead of getting something the fuck up out of here. What you drinking on?
A little Kettle Uno. You know how we do know.
Kettle Uno, that's his fave, and when it's not summer ale lager Pilsner.
It is Oktoberfest, and they have some good.
Oh, it's Oktoberfest. He drinking pumpkin spice latte beer.
I wish I had some. Sounds amazing.
Sounds amazing. I'm drinking my reg. I'm drinking the Jack and the Coke. Funny thing, when I was in North Carolina, DeJuan say, I heard on one episode you were drinking vodka. I was wondering if you were okay.
Oh shit. DeJuan crazy.
I was like, yeah, that's what I had.
What's the old girl from Designing Women that like the one of the
Designing Women? You took that back.
Yeah, she reminded me of like one of the white ladies on Design. Like she a southern
yeah,
proper ass. That's my friend, man.
Yeah, she give me when I hear her, I hear Blanche Devereaux. When she talking about like her southern shit,
yeah.
And she get really into her southern bag, like Under Magnolia Tree,
yeah,
where he took me down.
she definitely is the black lady in Steel Magnolias. I think she might be in labor. Is she in labor right now?
Oh, DeJuan?
Yeah.
No, she's not in labor.
I saw Jada
no,
post a
but
picture.
she went to get checked out. She went to go get checked out. I mean,
she ready to be in labor.
You got a bunch of babies.
She got
yeah.
2 9-footers in.
But I want to give a toast, instead of getting something the fuck up out of here, just giving a toast to all of this fucking music that released.
So much music, man.
So much music. I like being overwhelmed by music. I don't like being overwhelmed by music when I feel like I gotta review it all before the next podcast. But we had a lot of music. So Little Shit will be music filled, and reviews for this, episode 50.
Great.
All right.
Great.
So I know it came out 2 weeks ago, but we were not around to talk about it. So we have to talk about it. Wayne, Carter 5 release.
Easy F, your reverend.
23 tracks, features included, but not limited to Kendrick Lamar, Ashanti, Nicki Minaj, Travis Scott, Reginae, who sound good actually.
I know.
Nivea and Snoop. I'm gonna just let you go first.
I love the album.
Carter 5.
I love it, man.
Go.
C5, man. C5. I was thoroughly impressed. I was a little nervous just because I wasn't sure. Like I just didn't know what to expect. I mean, I knew it was going to be bars because Wayne he's going to give you bars, but I didn't know in what capacity. But yeah, man, I fuck with it, man. That nigga, I liked 89% of it, 90%. Only song I really don't care for is the Demon song. It's just kind of weird because he was rapping off beat and then came back on and then rapped off. It was just weird. Sonically it didn't sound good to me. The beat was dope.
Yeah, I got you.
But when Wayne get in his bag, like over soulful samples and shit, like, what's the shit? Fuck, My Hitters, and then the fucking, the shit with fucking, what's the other shit? My mom took his time with me. That shit is amazing. Shit with Snoop is hard. Obviously the shit with Swiss is dope. That's his 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 shit. I like the shit with, XXX Tentacion. Didn't like it as an album intro, especially because Wayne's known for his intros on his albums and shit. Like with the kind of. So I didn't know how the move was. I was kind of like, well, I don't know. But then once that Travis Scott and then that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 shit, I love that shit. That shit hard, man. I listen to that shit a lot. I listen to it today, as a matter of fact. That shit hard.
Listen, let me. I'm giving see, because I don't mind coming back when I'm wrong. And giving B Hill his props. Hey. I want B Hill to take that in and try to toss some shit my way sometimes. I but no, the fuck you don't.
Don't point
you
fingers.
Never
don't
do.
Try to point fingers.
Never do. But listen, Carter 5, dope. Like the shit is amazing. I feel like Wayne is back. Wayne is healthy. As far as his mind state, B and I have had debates about Wayne. I felt like, and a lot of the world felt like, Wayne fell off tremendously as far as his lyrical skills. I just felt like, Wayne was just doing a bunch of drugs and shit, didn't have really shit to talk about, and he was just talking about the same shit, and it was, I thought the shit was trash. But this album, he actually had fucking subject matter. He fucking told stories. Listen, let me tell you something. Mona Lisa is crazy. My favorite shit on the album. Shit is crazy. First of all, listen, I got notes here.
That shit is crazy.
He tell a story in that shit. I listen to that shit almost every morning.
That shit is so vivid. Like, it's one of the best. And I'm like a super like hip hop storytelling nigga. Like, I love like stories and shit. Like,
Biggie was good at that. That's why I like Biggie.
Biggie was good at that. That shit right there was hard. Like, that shit is, when I heard that, like, cause niggas is like, Kendrick ate him. I'm like, Kendrick didn't eat him. Like, I think they balanced each other out. Cause
I think they complimented each other.
I don't think anybody won.
I think they compliment each other. It gives me, it's reminiscent of Renegade to me. When you have two high level rappers on an album, even though, people are saying that, M washed J, I think M may have had the better verse, but I don't feel like he washed them.
I never was a subscriber to that. Like, people always said that. Like, I never really was a subscriber to that. Like, Jay got busy on that shit. That was just my preference.
No, Jay definitely got busy. I think that, like, I do feel like if we comparing it, I personally feel like, M just edged Jay out just a little bit, but I don't feel like it was no wash. Like, the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, nah, since I'm in a position to talk to these kids and they listen. Like, when M just walked through the door, he just kind of like, here, I'm fucking here, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of where the consensus comes from, that, people always going to debate when it's two good rappers. I mean, that's, what I'm saying? So it's all good.
Like, that's hip hop, and
that's the beauty of it.
Like, you know what I mean?
When you have two good rappers in that Mona Lisa shit was dope. I'm not a fan of, so when I listen to the album, I skip right into Dedicate. I don't like the XX album. But I'm not a fan of, XX Tentacion. Like, I don't like his music. It gives me an eerie feeling. Yeah. I just don't like his vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that the guy has passed, but that don't change how his music made me feel personally. Like, he just had this vibe that I just couldn't get with. Like, you know how, like, all of these young kids like to talk this devil talk and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But then you got somebody like Uzi who don't make it sound as creepy. I don't know. Something about XXX just gave, like, he had darkness around him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain
his eyes and everything. That's the way he looked. He just looked demonic. Yeah.
Demonic. Yeah. So I couldn't, God bless him. Hopefully he's in a better place, you know what I'm saying? And, to his family and all that. But I skip over there and I go straight into Dedicate. That flow crazy as hell. Then you go into fucking Uproar. Tell me you didn't instantly started Harlem Shaking as soon as Uproar came on. Before he said one thing, you was already in that jump.
Like, nigga, is this
special delivery.
I was listening. I was hoping G-Dep was gonna get on that shit, but then I realized he's in jail for murder and shit, like confessing to a murder.
True. He confessed to murder.
Yeah.
Like a murder he did like 20 years prior.
Yeah, shout out to him.
And that shit was eating him alive.
Yeah, that shit was.
I definitely wouldn't have did that. I just would have did a rack of community service.
I'd have tried to have like, save a kid from a burning building or some shit like that.
Yeah, facts. I would have just been like, y'all would have been like, yo, Fresh is the dopest, most sincere, like giving person ever. Cause I just would have played that shit in a different way.
Cutting the fuck out of motherfuckers' grass, all type of shit.
Right, helping all the old ladies across the street.
I ain't going to jail. Not on my own volition.
Nah, after you got away with it for if you can live with some shit for 20 years, you pretty much
nigga, you pass the first year, you straight. That shit like marriage.
Hey, your conscience lasts.
The first year is the toughest.
Oh shit. Dark Side of the Moon with Nicki, that was trash. I didn't fuck with that at all.
All right, so
go ahead.
Initially, I hated it because I hate when Nicki sings, but I love the lyrics. The lyrics, if you listen to the lyrics of the song, the lyrics are amazing. Like, I don't know who, I don't know if Nicki wrote her verse or what, but I know Wayne shit. Like, I enjoyed his part up into his part. And then even with Nicki, like, as I've listened to it, I hated it initially because I hate her when she sings, but I actually like it now.
Yeah, I skip over that. I listened to it once and then I tried to give it another go just to be fair. I can't fuck with that shit. Right. And I'm upset that you got two of the best rappers of current time fucking doing a duet. Yeah. Like, that shit was trash to me. I couldn't fuck with it. I like it though. Shit hard. We talked about Mona Lisa. Famous, I actually like that. With Reginae on it. She didn't sound bad at all. She was auto-tuned up and shit, but you know what I'm saying? It was still a really good song. Yeah, I like that shit. What About Me? That was cool. Dope Niggas with Snoop. Crazy. That shit gave you like that old school
That's my favorite song on that shit.
It was off the Dr. Dre Explosive beat. That was a dope collab. I really like that shit. Open Safe.
I like that shit.
That shit sound a little dated to me. It's not a bad song. It sounds dated. You can tell that it was probably one of those original Carter 5 songs. It had Ashanti, right?
Nah, Open Safe by itself.
That's not the one. Which one was Ashanti on?
The one further down. I don't know. It's like towards the latter part of the album.
Damn, I'm dropping shit. Yeah, I have a note here for the Demon joint. The same thing you said. My notes here say didn't like the flow. I said it's not a bad song. I just didn't like the flow on that one. Like it was throwing me off. But that joint, but I like the fact that, he had storytelling. I like the fact that he included his family. He included Nivea, which is his baby mom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a dope song. The Perfect Stranger shit, dope. He had his mom on there. He had Reginae. I like the fact that, you know, it wasn't just about him eating pussy. The whole album wasn't about him eating pussy. He seemed a little bit more respectful and a little bit more conscious on that. You know what I'm saying? But he still did his Wayne thing. Like it just, right. It was called, Start Shit Off, right? With Ashanti. Yeah. Yeah, I said that joint sound dated with Mac Main.
Yeah, I liked it though. I like the beat. I like Manny Fresh.
Yeah, beat. It grew on me. That was one of the ones that grew on me because the first time I heard it, I was like, I don't know. Cause it sound like years ago. You know what I'm saying? But after I listened to it more, it was good. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that shit was dope. The song with Nivea was dope. And Used To is my shit. His flow was crazy on that. How Used To go? Damn. Now look, now you done put me on the spot. I'm trying to remember. That's one of the joints towards the end. Hold on. How that shit go? Hold on.
Oh yeah. When you flick that lighter, and you're in trouble.
You already know. Yeah. I used to smoke the get high, now I smoke the get by. Yeah. And let it all work out. I love the vibe on that. I love the way that just ended the joint. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a great vibe.
Took his time. I love Took His Time.
Hey, he did his thing. I feel like Wayne is back. If Wayne can stay in this mindset, like, I wouldn't mind not. I wouldn't mind if Wayne does like a Hove or a J. Cole where he just get missing and then come back with an album. Like, I don't need the 100 songs in a year Wayne. Like, I don't need none of that. Like, if I could get this Wayne, I could deal with that. So, man, shout out to Wayne on that. Speaking of XX, you know, he won a American Music Award for weird category, favorite soul and R&B album. How do you feel about posthumous awards?
I don't know. Good question. I guess it's cool. I don't know. I mean, he wouldn't have won it if he was alive. So
that's my problem.
Yeah,
that's my problem with the whole thing. Like, he wouldn't have won. And if you're deserving of it, whether you know breathing or not, you deserve it. But I don't feel like he would have gotten this award. And then we're talking about soul and R&B. Now, granted, I don't listen to enough of XX Tentacion's music to know where he should follow. I thought he was a rapper, but the consensus on the internet as well is like soul R&B. Like, what the fuck? So I'm assuming
American
that
Music Awards is off though. Fuck them. They don't.
Yeah, they are. They are the most off of all of them. Yeah, I just thought that was weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, we just going, I don't know, like, it's a debate for me, cause it's like, do I even want something if I don't deserve it? If it come with other things, then maybe, yeah, I do want it, even if I don't deserve it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like, I don't think he deserved it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's crazy.
Especially 'cause I don't know who else was in the category, but.
Yeah. Drake. No Drake. Is that weird? No Drake on this Wayne album.
Yeah, I was, it is weird. I was looking, where the fuck was he at? Was he on Jimmy Kimmel, maybe? I think Jimmy Kimmel asked him, like, what was good with that? And the nigga was like, he was like, clearance, like, motherfuckers didn't want to clear certain verses and shit. So he didn't say like who.
Wait, Drake, that's what I was thinking. Artist, like, you can't get him cleared?
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean?
And if it was a sample clearance, then you could have just got another song.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. That's what he said. Shit was weird, but that's what he said.
Oh no. You know, Drake and, you know, really the whole, well, I can't say the whole Young Money, but that Nicki, Wayne, Drake dynamic is always switching depending on what's going on, because I don't necessarily think Drake and Nicki is good right now. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, Wayne and Drake had that falling out after Wayne got out of jail, cause Drake fucked one of Wayne's hoes or Wayne's girlfriend or something like that.
Tammy Toe.
Oh, that was who it was?
Tammy Toe.
I don't know these hoes. I don't know these hoes at all.
That was a song about Tammy Toe was in, what's the name? Polo Socks.
Hermes Link.
Nah.
That joint?
You gonna make me take these polo off. I'm single.
Cause I'm single?
Yeah, I'm single.
I'm single.
Yeah,
I'm single.
That was hard. Wayne got some shit. Niggas be fronting on Wayne. Oh, I went to the Grits and Biscuits over the weekend too. That was fucking.
How was Grits and Biscuits?
That shit was so fucking.
I ain't know you made it.
Yeah, that shit was so dope. Like, Grits and Biscuits was so dope. That was one of the best parties I done been to.
What sets they play?
Every fucking.
Cause you know, usually they have like a theme.
I don't know. So I got there early because I thought the shit was over at 2. At 12. So I was like, oh, we got to get there early. And it wasn't. It was over at 2. But it was fun because I got there at like 10:30. Shout out to Chan, my homegirl Chan, me and Chan, that's my road dog. We ended up going, and it was like $20 to get in at the door, which was super awesome. And then like they played,
especially at the door.
They play every fucking thing. And it's like, that further cemented the fact that like Southern hip hop is the greatest form of music ever. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, it's nothing better than Southern hip hop to like turn some shit up. And that shit, and the DJs were fucking, like the DJs and the MC, like them niggas were, obviously clearly they do this for a living. So, I don't know. They played so much shit, man. They played everything. They played like all mad old Drake and Wayne, which I forgot about and shit. Mad old T.I. Mad Jeezy.
That's the thing. They be playing mad shit that you forgot about.
Yeah, like that, you know. Listen, like, damn, that shit will definitely rock.
When you finally go to a silent party, you're gonna be lit as fuck. I promise.
Oh yeah.
I promise you. Because you got 3 DJs and you know how a DJ might play some shit that you don't really fuck with, so you gotta wait till that shit over. With a silent party, you got 3 DJs and you switching like channels. Yeah. So you 9 times out of 10, you always listening to something you want to listen to. You know what I'm saying? But you gonna love that shit. If I'm ever in the area when a silent party, or if you're ever in my area, we're going to go. And we're gonna go together. We're gonna experience that. Yeah. I feel like you're gonna be just like my brother. Had to drag that nigga up out of there. He wanna be hard and shit. Like, I don't even know if I wanna go. It don't sound lit. It's music. Why the fuck it don't sound lit? And he in there shaking the tail feather. We gotta drag that nigga up out there. That's funny. Man.
Shout out to Clay.
Oh, shout out to Clay. So, Young Thug is still putting out Barter 7.
Is he?
And that is, the Barters were basically disses to Wayne. And it was, the Barter 6 came out when, Birdman and Drake, I keep saying Drake, Birdman and Wayne was beefing. And, he took in Thug as his new dreadlock lover before Jacquees came. And, and that I think it's a little bit weird that Birdman and Wayne have allegedly squashed the beef, because now Wayne owns all the Young Money. They settled whatever lawsuit, and Thug supposed to still be like Birdman's man. So why is he putting out this Barter 7? And he had some little slick shit to say on the internet, like when he announced the shit. What you think going on with that? You think Birdman co-signing it, or is this whole Birdman Wayne relationship just weird?
Well, Thug don't really fuck with Stunner no more for some reason. I don't know.
Oh,
yeah,
word?
nah, he was never signed to like Rich Gang, no Cash Money. I think.
Right, I know.
So he just like freelance. I don't even know who bro signed to. That's a good question actually, but I don't know. He just put out another tape. I'll say this. Thug is super dope. Like when he ain't singing and doing all that weirdo shit, like he's super dope. Like he put some shit out. Like he got some shit on Swiss album that I heard that was fucking crazy. Like that nigga was spitting, like rapping like a motherfucking, like the shit he got on Tip album is crazy. When he like ain't doing his whole like melodic thing, and even when he does some of that sometimes, it's still pretty dope. But
I don't understand half the shit Thug be saying. Like,
if you listen
I
to
like
Thug,
his singles.
If you listen to Thug,
I just don't.
dope.
I put him with Migos. Like I can't take that in. Like it's sonically, he doesn't do it for my ears to even see if he's.
He raps better than he sings and shit. He just needs to rap more.
Yeah.
But he got the shit with Swiss. When Swiss album, I don't know when Swiss album dropped, but Swiss got some shit on that bitch. I know that for sure. Cause he got that shit.
Showtime?
Yeah, he got that joint with Wayne. He got a joint with Thug. He got a joint with the Locks. That's hard. I even like the shit he just put out with Jim Jones. That shit was crack too. That's gonna be a dope album. I'm interested to hear that shit.
Did he give a name for that?
I think it's called Poison, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Don't quote me. I know the song that Jim Jones was out I think it's called Poison. I think the album's called Poison, but I ain't sure. But it looks to be a pretty dope project. More music, of course, to listen to.
Oh, so Stunner and Thug ain't that cool, but I guess he still gotta have some animosity towards Wayne, whatever
the whole
beef
shit,
they
like,
got.
Now they released some, like I guess a week or two ago, they were saying that Stunner had a call to the nigga Pee Wee, who was allegedly who's locked up in prison for shooting Wayne tour bus up.
So that nigga pled guilty to 6 charges and was sentenced to 20 years, and he got to serve at least 10 in prison for shooting up Lil Wayne bus in Atlanta earlier in the year. Was that this year or last year?
A couple years ago.
Yeah. It was a couple years ago. I'm thinking about, what I'm thinking about this year? Fucking Yo Gotti manager just got time for shooting up Young Dolph bus at CI this year.
That was last year. CI last year, yeah.
You sure it was last year?
Because he got Dolph got shot in L.A.
This year?
This past year, I think.
Dolph got some bad luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, so go ahead with what you were saying about that shit, because the shit do seem kind of sketchy.
It was just weird, like, you know what I mean? Like somehow the recording got out. I don't know. The whole shit is weird. I don't know.
And Pee Wee Roscoe is Young Thug people.
Yeah, they all from Atlanta and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he used to hang with Tip real tough too.
Yeah, that shit kind of crazy. And then Birdman on the phone talking to him like, oh, you gonna be good, you about to get out, like all this shit.
It was weird.
Listen, I don't know how their relationship go. I don't give a fuck. Like, if I can't trust you, I don't give a fuck how long we been knowing each other on some real shit. People change. That's what I do know. And if you on some shit where I can't trust you and I don't know the ins and outs of Wayne and Birdman relationships, but there has been enough downs for you to be like, I can't trust this nigga as far as I can throw him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. And with Birdman coming into like these financial issues and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's starting to look like the empire is going to crumble, you know what I'm saying? And I hate that. But if you doing shady shit, you know what I'm saying? Cause Wayne just seemed like the type of nigga who ain't really about nothing. And when I say ain't about nothing, I mean like, he just want to do his fucking music and he just want everybody else to handle all the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to do my music and mind my motherfucking business.
Just be an artist.
And I feel like niggas taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't trust niggas just because he was your daddy and all this. Motherfuckers turn every fucking day. And you can't turn the blind eye to that, because if you notice how niggas maneuvering out here, then you gotta adjust accordingly. Or else you deserve what you get because you didn't try to protect yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about the situation. But hey, what B Hill says, they looking funny in the light is all I'm saying. Shit looking mad funny in the light. So I guess, so last, tidbit before we go into the next set of music that was out. So Wayne did 480 units, first week, which is dope. And he's coming in at number 3 behind Drake, who did, 723,000. And Travis Scott, who did 537,000 with Astro World. Wayne is definitely better than both of those albums. 1000% better than Drake joint.
I like Drake album.
And 99.9% better than Travis Scott joint. Yeah, like, I still don't like Drake shit.
I like the rapping Drake. I like the rapping album, and I like the 5 or 6 songs on the singing album.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah.
That's over. They like 75% of the album. That's pretty good. I like probably 10% of the album. I don't like none of them shits for real. I like I'm Upset, and
I don't like that. That's the only song I really like that.
I like that shit. I like I'm Upset. I like Nice for What. I like the singles pretty much. But the other joints I could do without. But since you like Drake's album, do you think Wayne album or Drake album was the better album?
Wayne album by far.
Oh yeah, all right. So I guess we don't have to talk much, but Wayne lit her shit.
Litty.
For sure, double lits out here. Moving on, we got T.I. He dropped Dime Tap.
Trap.
Nigga,
trap.
That's 15. Dime Tap. Right. 15 songs featuring Tiana Taylor, Jeezy, Meek, Yo Gotti, Swiss Beats, Thug. What you thinking about that?
I liked it. Shit was hard as fuck. I enjoyed that album. I've been listening to that. It's been so much fucking music. It's so hard to digest all at once. But that shit hard. Yeah. Like Tip, one of my favorites of all time. Still consistently way better rapping than niggas be doing. I like the shit with Tiana Taylor a lot. I like the shit with Anderson .Paak a lot. I like the intro. I like the shit with Jeezy. Him and Jeezy never miss when they record together. Who else on that shit? That Sam Hooker or some shit. Sam Hook. Yeah, Sam Hook. Yeah, that's like the intro of the second song. That shit hard. I like that shit, man. That shit dope. That shit real dope to me. Like, cause let me see what else on this motherfucker real fast. Let's see. Big Old Drip. I like that. I like the shit. Wraith. I love, with Yo Gotti. The only song I really don't like is the Hefe shit with Meek Mill. I hate that song actually. And I like, cause I hate mariachi music. Like I don't like Mexican like horns and shit. That shit is mad annoying to me.
That's racist.
No, it's not. I don't
he
like
building
the music.
a wall
I
around
like
the music.
People. I just don't like the mariachi shit is weird.
He building a wall around the music.
Yeah, definitely build a wall around them fucking mariachi band. That shit, they'll probably break through the wall with the fucking.
You don't like niggas who make Mexican music but dress like the Migos?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. I like What Can I Say. I like looking back real hard. Like that, this is a dope album. Like only song, like I said, the only song I really don't like is the shit with Meek, and that's just because of the fucking Mexican horns and shit. I fuck with it. Shit was dope to me personally.
I think we probably have the opposite, which I don't think is the opposite. I think you liked it and I was just really neutral about it. I felt like it was a typical T.I. album. It was nothing on there that like made me go wow. It was just status quo to me. Like it was not a bad album at all. It just wasn't a good album to me. And the song that you hate is probably one of the only songs that I actually like that sound different. You know what I'm saying? Like, any of those songs that T.I. had on there, it could have been on any T.I. album. You know what I'm saying? Like the beats, everything was just very, typical. It was just very typical to me. Like it was nothing where these 15 songs couldn't have just been 15 extra songs on another T.I. CD. You know what I'm saying? On another T.I. album. I like the Meek Mill joint and that's because the beat was different. I like that joint. I think him and Meek did a good job on that. I'm definitely not, down in the album. Like I said, it just didn't have a lot of replay value for me. Whereas I've listened to Wayne probably fucking 30 times since that shit came out. I listened to T.I. once, and when I'm on the fence about something, I like to give something another listen. So it was just nothing on that joint that really like pulled me in to say, oh yeah, I want to keep playing this T.I. album. What do you think about the one song I want to talk about is the Amazing Mr. Fuck Up album, song. What you think about that?
Shit hard. I like it. He was, obviously going through his transgressions in his relationship, and I applaud that. You know what I mean? So, but I thought sonically it was just a dope. Like it just sound good. You know what I mean? Like it sound good. Like T.I. has like he's masterful. Like he's one of the better like musician rappers of our time. Like he picks great beats.
T.I. is definitely top 5 in the South, period.
Shit, he top 5 for me, period. Like he
in your top 5? Cause your top 5 keep changing after you act like my top 5.
It's weird, man. So like, I was thinking about that shit. So like it's hard to say cause like it's different eras of rap. You know what I'm saying? Like cause, and I posed this question to like some of my people in my group chat, like Biggie, Jay, Nas versus fucking Wayne, Tip, and Ross. Personally.
Ross in your top 5?
These are just like my top, like those are my top 6, like for me, like just because I think that, cause Wayne and Tip, I grew up with that shit. Like I was like doing everything, like, you know what I mean? Like I grew up with Wayne, them niggas is my same age, like Big and them niggas is older. They're like the OG niggas, like some older cousins and shit that was doing their thing.
Yeah.
But like for me, like Wayne, Tip, well, Ross, he old as fuck too, but you know what I mean? Like as far as, I guess.
But Ross kind of came out around that era though.
You know what I mean?
He wasn't out in the era of the niggas who actually his age, like the whole.
Yeah. So like for Tip and Wayne, like I think their discographies, I think Tip, Wayne, and Ross, I think Ross has the best discography of all of them. Like just song for song, album for album, I think Ross can compete with anybody musically. But I don't know, man. Like it's See, my thing about Ross is, don't get me wrong, Ross can rap. I'm not taking that away from Ross. But Ross, when he's on his put Ross over a soul beat, ain't nobody touching Ross. You know what I'm saying? But so it depends. So how do you quantify and qualify your top 5 list? Is it discography? Is it just lyrical ability? I think we need to have separate ones. I think you have to carve them out. Like I think you have to have.
So here's my thing. B, you are on a desert island. You only get 5 motherfucking rappers to take with you. This what you gonna listen to for the rest of your duration. Who are you listening to?
I'm gonna take Wayne. I'm gonna take Wayne, like Tip, and Ross, and then I'm gonna take Hove and Nas.
Really?
Yeah. That's my 5. Like that for me is my 5. Like, and Big, like I want to have Big in there. It's very hard for me not to have Big in there because Big is, in my opinion, like the actual best rapper, like flow wise and just like stylistically. I think he's the best rapper. And obviously he was cut short, so it was kind of hard. Like you can't really include his discography. But
see, that's the thing. Like that's when I was telling you, like when we were talking about Wayne an episode or two ago, and it's just like, and that's before this album came out, and you was like, how is he in your top 5 and he not in your top 5? Like, unfortunately, like when you have a Big or a fucking, what's bald head, small head, can't get nowhere on time. What's her name? Lauryn Hill. When, you know, you got Big, you got Lauryn Hill, you got Pac, you got those people, and whatever they have is what they have. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta base it on that. But you have rappers who are still out here doing their thing. And unfortunately, when you're still out here doing your thing, you can either excel, you can fall off, you can come back. You know what I'm saying? So that's how my top 5, because Wayne was in my top 5 at the height of his career, cause Wayne was spitting like fuck, then he just kind of fell off. So like for my top 5 is probably Big. Well, this is not in any order, but it's Hove, Big, and then it's hard because I need a Nicki in there, cause I need a female voice in my top 5. And Nicki is a great rapper. I don't feel like nobody can say she ain't.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, and the thing about it is I love rapper Drake. Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fuck with his singing shit, and that's where he be throwing me off. But when Drake want to put some motherfucking words together, Drake can put some motherfucking words together. But I got other niggas like, you know, like I like fucking Fab, I like Ross, I like Wayne, I like, you know what I'm saying, Kendrick, Cole. So it's just like, all of these positions can shift just based on what's going on. But I feel like Big has been a mainstay because Pac was in my top 5 at one point in time. And that don't mean he ain't in my top 10. It's just that everyday motherfuckers is practicing. Yeah. and coming out with shit and saying some shit where you just like, yo, did you hear what the fuck he just said? You know what I'm saying? But if we talking about discographies, Ross definitely in the top 5. Yeah.
Niggas,
for
like,
sure.
His albums from first to most recent, I think, was the last one. I forgot the name of that shit, but I don't know, bro. He just got some great music. That's crazy.
Nah, he do. And Ross has a way of when we were talking about like that luxury trap shit, like Ross has a way of making you feel like you wherever he
For
at.
sure.
You doing whatever he doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he could tell a great story, and he has a delivery that makes you, if he talking about he on a motherfucking island with a bitch in a bottle of Bel Air with 5 gold chains on, you feel like you doing the same
Absolutely.
thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he has a way of delivery that's just amazing. We went on a tangent.
Sorry.
But with the T.I. shit, so I got feedback that they like our tangents.
Oh, appreciate you.
But when we were talking about the Amazing Mr. Fuck Up thing, I find it interesting because T.I. seemed like one of them niggas who will admit his transgressions and still just do the shit though. And be like, I mean, I admitted it. Like, I know I have this problem. Yeah. And then try to get his bitch back and still do the same thing. But, you know, Tiny fall for it every single time. She done reconstructed her face and everything to try to look desirable to young Clifford. So it looked like they trying to be on again. And T.I. Family Hustle, T.I. Tiny Family Hustle coming back on, I think this week or next week.
That's gonna be dope. That shit was a dope idea, like to incorporate his people and shit. I thought that was pretty dope.
that is good. So it don't focus just on them.
Right. Take away some of the heat and shit. Yeah. That's dope.
Meek on this album, and we talked about the Hefe joint. You don't like it, I like it. But you know, rumor is him and Cardi is doing music together. And it's like a rumored diss track. So do you think that's corny or is that cool on Meek and not necessarily on Cardi?
Depends on what it's about. Like, you know what I mean? Like if it's like cause Nicki did some fuck shit. If she did some fuck shit, turn up. Shit.
True.
Just depending on what it's about. Like if you just like,
I don't know. I just feel like certain behavior is like deemed, it's a double standard, but it's double standards on a lot of shit. It just depends on what side you on. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like it seemed a little like if it's a diss track and you getting up with Nicki's enemy per se, to do a diss track, it seemed a little bit corny, even though I'm with you. Nicki then threw shots and Nicki then did all that shit, but you expect females to do that type shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus males. But in this day and age, especially in the entertainment industry, it really ain't no clear delineation between male and female for real. The way shit going. But I hope it's just music. I really don't want it to be like a diss track. Like, I don't want he might can slide in a sub or two, but if this is like a pure
I don't
diss
think
track,
he gonna do that. That shit would be
like
kind of
that
should be kind of soft. That was your girl. Like, you can't really diss your girl.
Yeah, and this was your dream bitch that you told us was your dream bitch a million times. I wake up with my dream girl. I wake up like you wanted her, and at that point in time in which y'all got together, you know what I'm saying, Nicki was out of your league at that point in time. And you scored, you know what I'm saying? You was just happy, which a lot of motherfuckers would be. Nicki had started her descent, but at that point in time, you were definitely lucking up. Tip also put out a video, with the fake Melania Trump. Yeah. That shit funny. And you see Trump leaving, and then you see Melania come in, or Melania lookalike comes into the Oval Office where Tip is behind the desk at the Oval Office, and she comes in and she's basically stripping for Tip in the that infamous jacket, I don't care, do you, I think, or something the jacket says or whatever. But Melania's spokespeople is asking us to boycott T.I. like, yeah. Your husband is the biggest bully and troll literally in history. He called the bitch, you know, the Stormy Daniels shit got thrown out, the stripper, prostitute, porn star that he paid the fuck, whatever, and then she told, that nigga called that bitch horseface. Like, your president tweeted and called the bitch horseface. Crazy, your president also mocked sexual assault accuser. Like, you want us to boycott Clifford Harris? Like, Melania, what are you smoking, man? What do you think about that shit?
That shit is corny, man. Like, that shit is corny. Ain't like, who are you asking to boycott Tip? Like black people, like the hip hop community? Because because we not definitely not happening. Trump is a wild nigga, man. Like, I watched his 60-minute interview with some white lady on 60 Minutes, and
60 minutes.
Yeah, that shit. Like, he was mad disrespectful. He is the most disrespectful mother. Like, he's a consistent. He's just consistent. Like, if nothing else, he's consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just don't give a fuck about nothing. Like, he's like, she asking him about shit. He's like, it doesn't matter. I'm the president. like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the president. Like, that's I run the world. Like, you can't tell me shit. Like, nobody's done what we've done, and we're gonna continue to do it. And it was like, I was like, damn, this motherfucker here cold blooded. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was actually like interesting to watch.
No diplomacy. Yeah. Like, but like just take away the president type thing. Like, even if you were just a regular nigga, like, you don't give a fuck. Like, regular niggas give more of a fuck, like, about the shit that they say or the shit that they do. And you have the highest office in the land, and you literally don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Oh, that shit crazy. I ain't gonna get too deep into that because you make my blood pressure rise. But Melania, we're not boycotting Clifford at all. You gotta hold not at all. If Tiny like it, we like it. We riding with Tip, man. Yeah, you definitely gotta hold that L. So T.I. dab tap litter shit.
Fucking with it, Liddy.
I'll go with lit only because I'm neutral. It's definitely not shit. So I would suggest y'all listen to it and get y'all opinion on that. Real quick, we're gonna roll through some of the others here. Y'all know we did not record for 2 weeks, so we might go a little bit long. Yeah. You're welcome. Right. So Quavo Huncho came out, and that was 19 tracks. That was featuring 21 Savage, Drake, Cardi Takeoff, Madonna, Offset, Travis, Kid Cudi. You didn't listen, right, B? Yeah. So, I listen for y'all because that's what I do. We do this for the culture. B, I don't know what the fuck his problem was. I do shit for the culture too. He couldn't do it for y'all. He act like he couldn't do it.
I'm not listening to Quavo.
So he didn't want to listen. I'm not a Quavo fan either, and it's clear why. That shit was trash. Yep. That shit was super trash. Quavo, what this album showed me was Quavo is not the Beyonce. of motherfucking Migos. And the fact of the matter is, so I don't listen to Migos. Like, I'll run through, if they put out something, I'll listen to it a time, or I might put it on in the gym or some shit, cause I'm not really listening, or I'll listen to the shit in the club. But it's very hard for me to dictate the different voices in the Migos. So what I was able to do with this album, because it was so much Quavo, there was a song with him and Offset, and there was a song with him and Takeoff. What I learned is that Quavo is the most trash out of the three. I didn't know that at first. I don't know why Quavo is so popular as far as the three amigos are concerned. Do you know why Quavo is the most popular?
Because he be doing the hooks and shit. But Offset is
that what
Offset,
it is?
that nigga. I like Offset. I can listen to Offset.
Yeah.
I can't fuck with Takeoff.
Listen,
I mean, Takeoff cool too, but I can't fuck with Quavo.
Yeah, Quavo is, I don't know why they picked his album to be the first, solo album. B really likes Offset. I haven't liked the Offset singles, but I can't necessarily say I haven't liked the Offset verse. I wasn't fucking with that at all, but, he also did, Huncho Dreams, which is basically like a shot at Nicki Minaj, and he basically puts Nicki on blast. And the thing about it is, the internet is trying to detect whether it's real or if it's payback for the Barbie Dream song, where, you know, Nicki mentions Quavo and said, get Karuchi, cause you think he trying to get a pussy to Quavo, and all this shit that she was saying in that shit. But the way Nicki was saying the shit, it seemed clearly like, I'm just taking shots. This is a fun thing. Whether it's true or false, she delivered it as a fun thing. Huncho kinda delivers this shit as it might be facts. You know what I'm saying? He mentions when he gave Nicki the 2 purses. And Nicki put that shit, he like checked the Instagram, and that's when Nicki had that shit where she was going nuts over getting these 2 like Chanel purses, and everybody was like, bitch, you got a whole bunch of money, why are you excited about getting purses that you can clearly afford? Right. You know what I mean? So he said he basically skeeted on Nicki's face and left money on the nightstand, and she didn't want nobody to know, but he putting it out there. Did you hear that song?
Yeah, I did hear that trash.
What would you take from that, just being a person on the outside looking in? Do you think he putting Nicki on blast, or you think it's just some shit?
He definitely
like some fantasy shit.
Yeah.
You think he hit her?
He definitely hit her.
He little as shit to be between them cheeks.
That nigga definitely hit her.
His whole body between them cheeks.
He definitely hit her.
You think he hit her?
For sure.
Hey, Nicki trash if she hit Quavo, for real.
Yeah.
She definitely trash if she hit Quavo. Oh, and he say he straight out the jungle, no safari.
All right.
That shit was funny. But yeah, that album was trash. So this joint is 19 songs, and there's 19 songs too many. And my question is, how many songs is too many? And the reason I ask is because Wayne shit was 23 songs, but it did not feel like 23 songs. You know what I'm saying? Drake shit felt long as fuck. I'm still listening to Chris Brown shit. I still haven't got through those 45 songs, and Chris Brown is a great artist, but it was just overload. Like, if you think of the albums that you like what do you think is a perfect number?
I think 15, like 15, 12 to 13, 15, 12 to 15, like usually like round about like 13, I think is perfect.
I don't like the number 13, but I would definitely rock with between 12 and 15 songs. Normally is good, unless you're just a great artist where it does not feel like it's so many songs. Cause like I said, Wayne shit was 23 songs, and that didn't feel like it at all. You didn't listen to Quavo, so I gotta give it litter shit myself, and that is shit. Moving along. We don't even need to get that no more time. LMA came out with LMA.
I like that album.
And that was 16 tracks, and this is her first full length track full-length album, I'm sorry. And her features included Chris Brown, John Legend, and her. What do you think about LMA?
That shit was excellent. That shit was a super dope album. I liked every last bit of it from top to bottom. I listened to that shit non-stop outside of like Boot Up and shit, obviously, because you've heard that a million times. But yeah,
played that
that's a hard album. That's a really good debut album. Not dope as SZA's or not doper than SZA's or hers album.
You read my mind, because that's a question that I have. Like, who are you feeling more between her, and I have it here, her, HER, LMA, or SZA. So out of them three, how are you ranking their albums?
I gotta go with SZA. That shit, I love SZA album. Like, that's one of my favorite R&B albums ever, and I'm an R&B nigga. Like, I love R&B, so that shit is a great album. Hers, not the most recent like EP thing that she put out. But, excuse me, the shit that had, Focus and whatever, like that album, that mixtape album thing, the Focus and the shit with Daniel Caesar, that's a great album too. So I'll put that second and then LMA's third. But,
who you think will have the longevity or the brightest star?
Good question. I think her is limiting herself. She need to change her fucking name because it's too much. Like, the pronoun shit is weird.
Yeah.
But I think she's limiting herself because of the whole mystique issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mysteriousness.
Yeah, we over that
I'm
now.
like, bitch, take your glasses off. Is your eye cocked? I think you got a cocked eye. So that shit's kind of annoying. But yeah, fucking, I think SZA, just cause like, I don't know. I think she's more, I don't know. I think SZA. I don't know. Cause she hit really, really hard. Like, motherfuckers fuck with SZA like crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
She kind of set the tone for R&B music this year for me.
Yeah.
So I think her.
I think SZA.
I think LMA is the best singer of them all. However, her can sing like shit too. I
don't know. So let me go back a little bit. So LMA's album, I think that it was a super dope album. I think that she had really smart features on there. The song with her and Chris Brown is not my favorite. Like it song. Sounds like when Chris Brown gets on anybody's track.
I like that shit. That shit was hard to me.
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't groundbreaking. I love the song with her and LMA and her. Gut Feeling. I loved everything with John Legend. That shit is great.
That shit hard.
She used the Drake Legend beat on Shot Clock. Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that she used the Dina Howard t-shirt and panties on Own It.
That shit was hard.
I love that she used that. The only critique I have about this album is that I feel like her past EPs felt a little bit more organic, like a little bit more effortless.
Yeah, these were a lot of singles.
This album, this felt like she was trying a little bit more. Now, that don't make the album bad. It just give it a different feel a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, where, okay, this is the album. This is what you have to put out. You have to get these singles, whatever. And LMA is very talented. When we go back to the discussion of her, LMA, or SZA, all had great albums. I think that whose star will shine the brightest or go the longest, or who will have the most longevity, I feel like it's going to be LMA, and here's why. I feel like LMA's swag is just a little bit more effortless, just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not trying to be something that she's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, she dress how she dress, she swag it out how she swag it out. Her music is always in like a position where she's like empowered. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't really getting used and abused a lot, and should be like on her terms. You know what I'm saying? And I believe it. She gives an element of believability in that. So I think she will have the longest career. SZA is just tortured to me. Like, SZA wrestles between, I want to be this indie girl, but then I feel like I need to keep up and change how I look and how I do shit to keep up with the Joneses, because maybe, you know, being the only female on an all male label, you know what I'm saying? Like, she feels the need to be like the female, the you know, every squad has a female, you know what I'm saying? So she got to be pretty, and she got to do all that, when SZA before all of this didn't look like that or didn't act like that. But she seemed like she suffers from just insecurities, and I don't want to say mental health things, but I think that she fights with herself. I feel like, just hearing interviews with her and things like that, and I feel like she's kind of her worst enemy. So with that being said, I don't feel like that's gonna last as long as it should, even though she makes great music. And with her, I'm with you 100%. Like, she's trying to keep up this image of this mystique and all that. We know what you look like now, dog.
Yeah, man, just
like all that shit over. You need to rebrand, because you make dope music. And just be out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can still try to keep your shit where I always mention, like, J. Cole and shit. Like, you ain't gotta be in the in crowd.
Right.
To make good music and be seen. Like, you can just come do your thing, drop dope albums, and go on and mind your business. You ain't got to be at all the parties and do all that, you know what I'm saying? So I think that her can be her without, I mean, maybe her light, you know what I'm saying? Like, she don't have to have on these glasses and all this hair out, and all these odd clothes.
Like, you're
all
a pretty
the time.
girl, like, from your forehead and your chin and cheeks. And your hair.
You're a pretty girl from the nose down. Like, where your glasses ain't
your T-zone. Like, your T-zone seems nice.
I would love it. They put on Instagram that her, LMA, and SZA should do a show. Yeah, they're going to tour. Yeah, that'd be amazing. That would be dope. I think that you would have every woman in the world there, pretty much. Yeah, shit, I'll be in that bitch. But LMA's album, I think that is definitely dope. I prefer the EPs, but this is definitely a dope album. It's a solid album, and I feel like y'all should listen to it. So I'm giving it a lit. What you
Absolutely, I agree.
All right, bet. Let's run through these next two super, super quick. So Usher released the EP with Zaytoven called A, as in Atlanta. And he didn't have a lot of, you didn't hear it?
I haven't heard it. I forgot it was out until you just mentioned it.
All right. Well, he has Gunna on there. That was his only feature outside of Zaytoven. You know, Zaytoven is a popular producer here in Atlanta. Is it a good return for Usher? I don't know. I'm just kind of lukewarm on the whole project. I would love to hear your opinion, like, after you listen
I'm gonna try to listen to it tomorrow.
Gift Shop is a bop. I like that one. You know what I'm saying?
That's with Gunna, right?
Usher had some shit.
That's with Gunna, right?
Yeah, that's the one with Gunna on it. Like a Gift Shop. Hey, it's like a typical A-Town bounce type, you know, song. But, you know, I want to be completely transparent with my review here. Bruh, like, hearing Usher talk about sex in 2018 sounds like I should call the CDC. Like, he talking about making a bitch give him head and all this shit he gonna do. And, you know, Usher used to be the sex man, you know what I'm saying? But now that I know you out here giving out the Nestle Crunch, it's kind of like, ooh, like, so you made her suck your pimply dick. Like, I don't know, bro. Like,
I'm gonna listen to
I don't know. Like, it gives me different information. But I was gonna ask you in regards to that. I know you haven't heard the album, and you probably not like me. You may not listen with that intensely or take it with face value. But I wanted to ask you, outside of R. Kelly, of course, has there been artists that made you hear their music different after you found out any type of personal information about them? Good, bad, whatever. Like, it could have made you like them more or like them less, or whatever.
I mean, besides R. Kelly and Kanye, those are two pretty red hot fuckers. But I don't know. I never really, like, as far as Usher goes, I don't know, because I don't know if the allegations, they're still allegations. He never confirmed or denied. So
he never said no. He said, I didn't sleep with them, I didn't do this. He never said I don't have herpes.
But he never said he did
fine.
either.
You got herpes, you got herpes.
I just kind of,
that'll be one of the first things you'll say. Like, I don't have herpes, so how the fuck would I give them herpes if I don't have herpes?
I don't know. I mean, that wouldn't, I don't know. Shit. Because, I mean, they said Cardi got
it
shit,
might
so
not matter.
I don't know. I don't know. I think with Meek, I kind of stopped fucking with Meek when he was, like, super emotional and shit. I stopped fucking with him over that.
Yeah.
But, nah. I mean, outside of just, I guess, R. Kelly and Kanye, that's pretty much it. That's the only people that kind of, like, you know what I mean? Turn me off, I guess, just because I don't really fuck with them, like, personally at all, so.
Like, I like with certain rappers and shit, if you talk about certain shit and then your life just 100% don't reflect none of that
Young
shit,
Buck
you find
too,
out
now
some of
he
that
with
shit.
the tranny and shit. Like, that shit kind of fucked me up. Cause I was like Young Buck was my nigga, you know what I'm saying?
But Young Buck, you can still be hard and fuck trannies.
Yeah,
though.
I guess you have to be.
That don't make you not hard.
But, yeah, I don't know. It just kind of threw me off, so.
Alright, I'll tell you, like, in a positive way, actually learning more about Chance made me like Chance.
Oh yeah, that interview with Joe Budden, that was a good interview. I like Chance a lot too.
Well, I'm talking about before that. I haven't even gotten through that interview with Joe Budden.
That was a good interview.
I told you, like, that shit was throwing me off. We're gonna talk about Joe too, cause Joe don't keep that same energy. But like, just learning about Chance, like, I probably learned more about Chance before I actually started listening to his music. Like, I've heard some Chance shit, like acid rap, all that shit. But once I learned about him, like, it actually made me like his music more and like his vibe, and like he normally like on some real super positive shit. So I like that. But music that made me listen differently, I wouldn't necessarily say in a negative way, but it just made me listen more, was fucking Luther Vandross. Like, I didn't know Luther was gay. So,
I mean, my mom and daddy used to always talk
music,
about, like, Luther sweet, but I never really.
For real, I never heard my parents say no shit like
yeah, my daddy always was like, that nigga
never.
Luther sweet, but he was like, that nigga fire though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, I mean, my parents got married to fucking Luther, so like,
I mean, his music still fly. It's just like, I just be listening to the shit different. Like, I just like,
Yeah, I mean, I've always like.
What in the Frank Ocean is he rapping?
I always knew that he was, like.
Yeah, always know. Luther was dead before you even became old enough to listen on your own.
Are you crazy? Nigga, my mom, are you serious? Nigga, my mom used to play
Luther. I'm talking about listen on your own. I'm talking about where you would play Luther.
Non-stop. Like, non-stop.
My parents, all my parents used to play Luther.
Non-stop though.
But
like, that's all my mom used to play. Like, I can sing every fucking Luther song there is damn near. Like, but I knew, like I said, my daddy used to be like, that nigga gay. I knew what gay was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew he was gay. And I knew that he like used to go up and down and wait. And you could tell that he was gay. Like, you could look at all his interviews and shit and his mannerisms. He was mad sweet. He was cool though. I ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Cause the nigga was fire, but.
I feel like mine was all, hindsight. Like, looking at him and shit, like, I mean, my parents never talked about Luther being gay. I didn't even know that was like the rumor and shit until later on in his life, like before he died, and they talking about like he had AIDS or some other shit. Did you know his middle name was Ronzoni?
Nah.
Luther Ronzoni Vandross.
That's one of them ice machines, ain't it? That's a Zamboni.
You talking about Zamboni, like the hockey shit. Hey, that's funny as shit. Luther Zamboni Vandross.
Nigga should have sang the national anthem at the fucking hockey games. That would have been fire.
Ronzoni. I feel like that's like Rotimi. I hate Rotimi now.
Yeah, that's a trash name.
That's a trash ass
African
name.
or not, that shit trash.
Yeah. Rotimi trash to me though. I don't really like Rotimi. I don't like his face either.
His nigga.
Look, Rotimi ain't never did shit to me. I just don't like
got
Rotimi.
mad nose.
I don't even watch Power. Yeah, he do. He look like he can smell everything. Everything. But since I'm the only one that listened to the Usher album, I'm not gonna give it a shit because I don't think it's shit. I'm just not for it. So I'm just gonna give it a mild lit, like a slight, match burn. And B, if you listen to it,
I'm gonna check it out tomorrow.
Let us know what you think about it. Did you listen to Marsha Ambrosius?
Nah, I forgot I remember you told me that she had one out.
I told you all these shits to listen to.
You didn't
Don't
tell me
worry
to listen
about
to
it.
them. You just told me that they were out. You didn't tell me to listen to them.
I didn't tell you to listen to it. I said, yeah, all these songs out, listen, all these albums out, we need to listen. You said, I'm not listening to Quavo. Yeah. You hopped on your period and then said you not listening to Quavo, and you went on this rant about how you not listening to Quavo. So you probably blocked out everything else after that.
Yeah, I did, I guess. But
exactly.
I don't remember you saying that, but yeah. I mean, honestly, I've never listened to a whole Marsha Ambrosius album.
Really? First of all, I love Marsha Ambrosius. Marsha Ambrosius came out with NYLA. I don't know if she's calling it NYLA or she's calling it Nyla. But it's NYLA. She, it's 16 tracks. And she did the Lil Wayne and put her childhood pic on as the cover art. Who made that pop?
Nas.
Who made the kid pic? It was Nas? Yep. Cause I was like big, but that wasn't even big on his album cover.
Yeah, Nas did that shit first.
Nas was the first one to do
That's
that.
why Ghostface and Ray used to like beef with Big, because they were like he copied Nas with the whole baby picture and shit. Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that part of the beef. Hip hop history. Yep. But to me, Marsha Ambrosius really can't do no wrong. She can really sing the phone book to me, and I would be totally
I agree.
in.
I just ain't never listened to
her voice is everything,
which is weird.
Her shit is everything. Why you should be having sex to Marsha Ambrosius?
I don't really be having sex to music.
You probably don't have no rhythm. That's why.
Definitely do. But
Tiff, let us know.
Nobody has. I don't know. That shit is like mad, like junior high. Some tunes.
Junior high. You was advanced in junior high if you was having sex to music then. But yeah, you should definitely be, not every time, but you should definitely have times where you putting on motherfucking music or y'all just chilling and it leads to sex. But I don't know, maybe I'm just talking about my life. But it's really dope. But like I said, she can't really do any wrong to me. Her songs are great. They're great to have sex to. They're great to listen to. So I would recommend listening to NYLA, especially if you're a Marsha Ambrosius fan. Why hasn't Marsha Ambrosius blown up?
I don't know. It's a good question. She's not really the cutest.
No, she's definitely not.
Yeah, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Definitely not. Marsha and big knees. They said her knees was big on that.
Oh yeah.
She did that tribute to somebody who died. Like, oh, her knees big as shit.
She's not.
Marsha and big knees.
She got a hook nose.
She's not cute.
She's not attractive.
And she is the only unattractive person that, I'll be like, if she sing, it might lead to something, cause I just love her voice. I don't know what it is. And she talk like that real gutter shit with the nice voice though. And she got the London accent. You know what I mean? Like it's just this whole package. But I agree with you. If she was a little bit more attractive, she would probably blow up a little bit more. Real quick, Drake. So I'm gonna give that a lit. I was the only one who listened to it. So, Marsha Ambrosius, that's lit. Check that out. Off the music, but still with musicians. Drake was on the Shot with LeBron.
Before you go to that, y'all should listen, if you like gangster rap, listen to Mozzie.
Oh yeah,
He's from
go
the
ahead.
West Coast. He's super dope. Super duper dope. He put out a project, the same time Tip did. So 2 Fridays ago.
What's the name of it?
Gangland Landlord, I think is the name of it or some shit. Shit hard as fuck. His name is Mozzie, M-O-Z-Z-Y. Super dope. So I think if you like gangster rap and you like West Coast shit and hard beats and hard rhymes, fuck with Mozzie.
He West Coast?
Yeah, from Sacramento.
Oh, you did say he was from Sacramento. You did say that. All right, listen to Mozzie. So be giving that a lit. He's giving Mozzie a lit. Drake was on the Shot with LeBron. And the key points that he pointed out that, we want to talk about is that he stated that it was hard to tell his mom that he had a baby on the way because it was not a fairy tale. It's not like he was having a baby with Rihanna. For y'all who don't know, and if you don't know, that's because you don't listen to this podcast, is that he basically just had a baby with a porn star, unattractive porn star at that. She looks like his mom in the face. And the other thing he said was Pusha went too far, when he wished, his producer and friend 40, dead. And he said that he should be punched in the face. And he said he studies rap battles and people are saying that there are no rules, but there are rules and Pusha went too far. What do you think, B? Give us your spill on that whole thing.
We went over this before. There's no rules in rap battle. I don't think he went too far. I think Kanye is a hoe. Like, I would punch Kanye in the face more so. I mean, definitely Pusha deserves smoke too, but Kanye was, the reason for all that shit, cause he set him up for the okie doke for real. So, but in terms of the battle rap shit, like I said before, I don't believe that, I don't believe there's any rules. Like, excuse me, if I got leverage on you, then I'm gonna I'm gonna turn up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try to win the argument. So, or win the battle, I should say. So,
yeah. I feel the same way you feel. I feel like there are no rules, and it's all fair in love and war, my nigga. Like, you, just because you punch me in the face don't mean I'm not about to fucking pick up a fucking hammer and hit you over the head with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, whatever I gotta do to survive is fight or flight. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the thing about it is, if Drake would have responded to Pusha has it in him to go even further than that. And I don't feel like Pusha wished 40 dead. It's a difference between stating the obvious. Saying that. I agree. He just said, it's the difference between stating the obvious and wishing somebody dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't wish that nigga dead. He said that nigga is sick, which he is. And he has MS. He's super sick. He's hunched over. Everybody sees that. And yet, niggas go for
he actually not hunched
mothers,
over though.
Children, kids.
He's not hunched over. Like,
that shit, that I don't see 40 often, but the times I have seen 40 in more recent history, he definitely looks
he was
sick.
Standing with somebody the other day. He was standing straight up. Like, he's not.
I mean,
he ain't sick.
You might saw him on a good day.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? Like, people with MS be hunched over, my nigga. Like, I know of a couple people with that fucking shit, and they have good days and bad
Very
days.
true.
So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, Drake trying to turn up. Drake, you need to hold this L and stop being fucking soft. You lost. Just take the L, because you didn't have that energy when you was talking to Cudi, talk about Cudi's mental illness. You didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You brought up Push's fiance first.
Yep.
You started the shit and Pusha ended the shit. So don't tell us about, what I was going to do. You know what I'm saying? It was going to be this nuclear bomb that I was going to drop. But, you know, people were saying I was going too far. No, Drake, if you had that shit, you would let that shit go, because you are a light-skinned nigga that be in your feelings. And you was going to start windmilling. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't fight Push Your Head Up. And, you know, just like with the rest of what the internet said, I feel like Drake probably had more smoke for Kanye than he had for Pusha.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause Kanye got more shit to talk about. Pusha has been pretty good about, keeping his shit low. Whatever his demons or his skeletons or whatever, he's done a pretty good job. And fucking Pusha and Wayne and beef. So if Wayne wasn't able to bring out the skeletons on Pusha, I know Drake ass ain't got no skeletons on Pusha. You know what I'm saying? But that shit was crazy. And I think that as far as his fairy tale shit, like, have you ever been in any type of situation where you just, like, as far as you dealing with somebody else, maybe dating somebody you don't think your mom would like, or a pregnancy scare or anything like that, where you just like, yo, I don't know what I'm gonna tell my mom about this or my parents about this shit? Have you ever been scared, like, as an adult, like, scared to tell your parents some shit?
Nah, me and my mom pretty, like, A1. You know what I'm saying? Like, we been through so much shit together. Like, I don't really, nah. I mean, nah. I mean, when I was like 19, I got a girl pregnant and shit, and like was a little nervous to tell her. But when I told her, she was like, "All right."
She said, "I expected that shit. You been shooting."
Nah, she was just like, "Who is it?" And you know what I'm saying? Like, she just was like, "Oh nah, well, do you want to keep it?" And I didn't, and you know. So we went through the whole conversation. But she was super supportive. Yeah. My mom always been super supportive of me. So
that's dope. That's dope. I've definitely been in situations where I'm like, I'm not gonna tell my mom.
I used to get suspended and shit. I ain't definitely want to tell her that, but like as an adult, nah. Like she was always, you know what I mean, like a rider for me and shit. Give me sound advice and shit.
When I was in college, I definitely thought I was pregnant, and I was not gonna tell my mama. I already knew what was gonna happen with that situation. That was getting up out of here. Like that wasn't even a thing. Like nah, never. Like I wouldn't have told my mom that. But I could see from Drake's standpoint, like, yo, I gotta go tell my mama, out of all these hoes I've been rumored to be with, I gotta tell her that I got the most trash of the bunch. Yeah. Pregnant. And it's not even like she's an attractive porn star. Like, it would have been better if she was even like a stripper. You know what I mean? Versus a porn star. Like, this, like, my bed can go and see his mom fucking deep throating a dick. I guess, I I guess Chicago and North and Saint can do the same thing, but but at least, you know, she's a manufactured attractive at some point in time. This motherfucker not. She not attractive at all. So that shit was crazy. What about the whole, I tagged you in the Malaya shit, where I guess she was supposed to have told Drake, told about Drake kid. She don't look good, bruh.
I tried to give it some.
She was looking bad.
I tried to look at it, but I don't be giving a fuck about a lot of that shit. So I didn't. I looked at it a little bit. I heard a little bit. Her voice was getting on my nerves, so I kind of clicked off of it.
Yeah, I ain't watched the whole thing, but you know, you are a fan of Malaya.
She bad.
Like,
I don't know. She ain't look bad.
She didn't look good. She didn't look good on that. She looked like a overweight Walmart greeter. Like, she had the fat arms. I don't like that shit. Like, she didn't look good to me. Like, how old is she?
Shit, I don't know. That's a good question. She probably about 33, 34 though, at least.
Nah, she gotta be older than that. She been with the old niggas. She been around for a long time. She was like one of the first strippers that got popping.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how old she is.
Like in the 2000s. I don't know. She wasn't doing it. But Drake on not able to take this L is lit or shit.
Oh yeah. It's I guess I don't know. I guess it's lit. It's shit. I don't know. I'm confused. I get confused.
It's shit to me because I know Drake ain't gonna do shit about it. He talking all this shit. You ain't gonna push you in the face.
Punch him in the face.
You ain't gonna release this music. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna do none of that. I can't wait to see this baby though. That baby gonna be super light because the chick is white, right? She white and he half white. Right. So that's gonna be interesting. So Drake is back in love with all of his Eskimo brothers. First it was Meek, now it's Chris. So I guess he's done fighting over Rihanna, and he's bringing all his Eskimo brothers on stage to party with him now. How you feel about the reunions?
I'm fucking with that. I definitely, I'm all for that. I hope him and Breezy do some shit together. Hey,
I want to give a shout out to Chris Brown just for not being in no shit.
Right.
Chris Brown has had a good 2018.
Yeah,
his name has not been in no shit. He ain't hit no bitches. He ain't threw no tantrums. The only thing you've heard is baby mama drama, which all them niggas got that. But as far as Chris just acting a fool, shout out to Chris. In 2018, on that same note, do dudes fight over women often, and then it's easy for them to hook back up once none of them had a bitch no more?
There's plenty of niggas.
I don't know. What does that work in dude
There's
work?
plenty of niggas in a grave behind a woman, meaning that niggas be tender dick as fuck and will definitely go to lengths to fight over women. In terms of them being cool and shit, I don't know. Niggas be soft. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be holding on to shit. So, I guess it might be a little different when you're rich and shit and don't really give a fuck, and women at your disposal. But like for the average Joe, niggas be holding on to harboring ill wills and feelings and shit. So,
would you be able to, if you beefed with a nigga, like if y'all beefed over a bitch, would you be able to be friends with him after y'all done all had whatever episodes y'all gonna have with him?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to be in that position, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, unless we was like some besties or some shit like that, I really wouldn't give a fuck. Like, I don't need to repair shit that you don't do shit for me. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But that's just interesting that Drake is bringing them. Drake a soft nigga though. Not that y'all can't repair shit and y'all can't get good and do music and shit again. It's just the way that he chooses to go about shit, because especially celebrity niggas, they have all this energy about fuck a nigga, blah blah blah, don't fuck with that nigga, whatever, and then they the first ones to be hugging and shit. Like, it's just weird. Like, the whole celebrity shit is weird. Like, they all gotta be friends, or it's like the popular kids in school or something. Like, they all share the same bitches.
Though, but I mean? Like, they all got egos,
like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, keep your shit low, you know what I'm saying?
Artists are weird. Like, anybody who does music and makes music and shit, like any artist, period, like, they just, you know what I mean? They super sensitive. Like, all artists are emotional because they, like, you know what I mean? Like, they have, like, they're sensitive about their shit, so it tends to
Badu.
transition and transcend into other areas of their life.
Gotcha. Transcending over to Fab. So Fab got indicted on 4 felony charges after his altercation with his girlfriend Emily B. He was charged with domestic violence, possession of a weapon for unlawful purposes, and 2 counts of terroristic threats. Emily's not going to testify, but her pops, the reports are saying that her pops is saying that he's going to testify. It was a rumor that they got a quickie marriage, because you can't testify against your husband or your spouse. You can't testify against your spouse, but the state is picking this shit up, and I feel like they're trying to make an example out of Fabulous. What's your predictions on how you think this gonna end?
Good question. I hope it, if he beat her and shit, I think he should, do the time, I guess, but I don't wish death or jail on nobody, so, I hope, maybe some probation and some anger issues, some anger management or something, but, clearly his dad's got it out for him, or her dad's got it out for him, so.
Yeah, which he should. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If that shit was dream, you would definitely be all over that shit. Even if she wasn't with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, Fab is one of the top people in 2018 when we do our awards at the end of the year. That kind of disappointed me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you just have, I get it. It's our perception of who these people are, and these people have lives. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about social media. It lets you know who your favorites are. You know what I'm saying? And who they really are. You know what I'm saying? Cause Fab just seemed like such a chill dude. You know what I'm saying? He knocked his bitch teeth out. Like, that ain't something that just happened. You know what I'm saying? But, I think that, if any of this is true, then, whatever gotta happen. It's not me wishing it on him, but if he deserve it, he deserve it, because you shouldn't be, especially somebody you love, like you putting your hands on them like that. But I definitely think that the state is going to, try their best, to prosecute, Fab the best way he can. Will he do jail time? I doubt it. He probably just be on probation. You know what I mean? And all that, especially if Emily is not, testifying against him, but that video is what's gonna screw him over. Really. So Fab being indicted is little shit.
I guess it's shit. I don't know. I don't know.
No, it's definitely shit. Like, it's definitely shit from all ways you can look at this. Like, it's nobody wins. It's a situation where nobody wins. You know what I mean? But last but not least, before we get off of this, because we have been running extra long, but like I said, we haven't seen y'all, so we miss y'all. Offset, Joe Budden. So Budden and Offset got into a dispute when over what Budden had to say on his State of the Culture Revolt show about Cardi B, when they were talking about the whole Cardi B, Nicki, all that. And Offset commented under Joe's IG post and basically said that he seen Joe in Barney's and Joe hid and ran from him. So that was all over the blogs, but then Budden came back and said, he clarified, saying he didn't run from Offset, that he couldn't hold his pee. And he said, I don't know why I still think I'm that guy that can hold my piss. And that's what Budden says on his podcast. But then he said, he saw me, I didn't see him. How did you know exactly what was going on if you didn't see him? How you know you was running to the bathroom when Offset was there if you didn't see him? Like, Budden's story ain't adding up. What you think about that? That's your guy.
I don't know. I ain't even really think about it. I guess, when she put it at, but he said maybe he saw somebody from his camp or some shit, but he said he went back to where he was and the nigga was gone, so I don't know. But he ain't say shit about Cardi though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't say nothing crazy about Cardi. Like, he was just saying.
Nah, he didn't say shit
he was
crazy
like, I
about
love Cardi.
I don't think he said nothing crazy about Cardi.
Yeah, he didn't. So like, I don't even know why he would run. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
He would run because they've had smoke previously pre-Cardi.
Yeah.
Migos and Button been having beef since forever. You forgot they got a song called Fuck Joe Button. You know what I mean? Like, they been having smoke.
Yeah.
So this is just another reason for Offset to have smoke with Joe. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like this was the only thing. Like, you know, if a nigga don't fuck with you, anything you do gonna be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They waiting for that shit. You know what I'm saying? With Joe, I just be feeling like, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with Joe as far as him being media Joe, whatever, but I'm starting to smell pussy, Joe. I smell pussy. Is that you, Joe? Is that, you remember that 50 Cent Joe? But you know what I'm saying? Like, Joe just been getting corny to me. Like, he want to be, you know, we talked about this. One thing I can respect about Charlamagne is Charlamagne goes, I'm the radio guy. I mean, like, I'm here to talk shit. That's just what I do. Joe write a bunch of checks that his ass can't cash. And then he come up with all these felonious fucking excuses why he can't cash the check. You know what I'm saying? He insult all these rappers and say, I'll dust you up. I'm this rapper, whatever. But then when the rapper like come the fuck on, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't rap anymore. Like, I'm retired. Offset said, I saw you ran. I don't know why I'm that guy who think I can hold my pee. No, Joe, you not fucking charming us thinking we gonna forget. You know what I mean? Like, just be like, I don't want no smoke. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to be media guy. I'm not here to fight nobody. You can easily just say some shit like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can like somebody and still critique certain things that you do. And with the oversaturation of Joe, and this is what I was concerned about when we were talking about it, because Joe's doing 2 podcasts a day. He's doing State of the Culture once a week, and he's even said himself, like, I feel like my life is one big podcast. And if you have to talk a lot, you know what I'm saying, then you might say a lot of things that you might not necessarily want to back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he had the podcast once a week, we got just enough Joe. You know what I'm saying? And now, like, I'm behind on, like, no, I guess I'm only behind, like, when was the chant shit? Was that Saturday just passed?
2 Saturdays ago.
Oh, well, that's where I'm at. So I'm kind of like mad behind on that shit. You know what I'm saying? To Joe Button, I just don't want to get to the Charlamagne point with Joe Button, because I got oversaturated with Charlamagne and I stopped listening to him. I don't want to get that way with Joe, because I really do. I think, Joe Button podcast is great because of Joe, in addition to Maul and Parks and Rory.
Right.
Like, that make that shit funny. You know what I'm saying? But him by himself, I mean, he gets some good interviews and shit like that when he talk about the pull up and shit like that. But just stop being corny, my nigga. Cause once I think you corny, I can't really fuck with you the way that I used to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely don't want to get to that point with Joe Button, because I do think he's entertaining for the most part. You know what I mean? I do think that. Any other thoughts on this particular issue?
No, I think I'm good. Put a button on it.
I put a button on it. But Boom Ching, Offset and Joe Button, I think that is lit, only because I want to see how Joe continues to deflect. Yeah. And that's what he's been doing for the past couple months about just everything, different shit. He's been deflecting. And what do you think is lit or shit?
I guess it's lit.
All right, we got lit. All right, let's move into Ain't Shit in 2 Cents. And Ain't Shit in 2 Cents is our listener letter segment where we give advice to listeners who clearly don't care about taking advice from people who drink a lot. We on the Jack, we on the Kettle Uno, and we're gonna give some advice. So since y'all fuck nigga listeners, I still love y'all, but I got a shade. Since y'all wouldn't send no follow-up, I have a follow-up. From B, if you remember a couple shows ago, I had a venting session and I asked y'all some advice about a coworker who was basically annoying, who was a black and making it bad for all of us and doing all of this shit. If you remember that, well, here's the follow-up. She got fired Friday. She was fired Friday, and the sad part about it is nobody was sad that she got fired. And the fucked up part about it is they had a new nigga to replace her on Monday, because that means they already had been doing interviews. And I talked to my manager, and my manager said yeah, I want to know if you had any questions about what went on, whatever. I was like, nah, it ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you need any help with basically the shit that she do. All of our jobs are very different, the people on my team, but I might can pitch in wherever I can. You know what I'm saying? She was like, oh no, we have somebody on Monday, and she started giving me the nigga whole stats. I was like, damn, like
shit is funny you said that.
They had been interviewing behind your back.
The same dude that I mentioned on that episode, that just started and shit. Like, we ain't even been there. Like, at my new job, I've been there like a little over 60 days. This nigga already been pulled into the office. I'm like, fuck, man. we still in the damn probationary stages, and you fucking
Facts.
up. You know what I mean? So like, that shit happened last week, as a matter of fact. So like, I want to say it might have been Friday. So
he on his way out the door too.
He won't be that long, and it's not a job for him because he got laid off from our previous employer. We used to work at the same position at another company.
So it is him.
Yeah, it's definitely him. He just don't know what he's doing. He definitely him. He just be bullshitting. Like, the nigga was going out of town. The nigga asked me how to put his out of office on. I'm like, what, nigga? You don't know how to put out of office on?
Bro, my coworker asked me how to call out.
Jeez Louise.
You been here longer than me. You don't know how to call out? And this was like 2 weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. You didn't know how to call out? You don't know press 9?
It's crazy.
Like, if you worked at any company, your first thought should be, let me press 9 and see what happens. She was like, how you call out? What the fuck? Anyway. So that's that. That's that follow-up. Before the letter, today, it says, hey, be it fresh. I normally don't write into shows, but I decided to give this a try. Y'all funny as hell, so even if the advice is trash, I could get a good laugh. I take offense. He just basically commented us with a backhand compliment. Like, y'all shit might be trash, but at least I'll laugh. It said, me and my girl have been together for 2 years. I hooked my homeboy up with my girl's sister about 8 months ago. During a pillow talking session, my girl tells me that her sister recently fucked her ex-boyfriend. She tells me not to say anything. I feel like I'm betraying my homeboy by letting him look stupid, but I don't want my girl to feel like she can't trust me with info. And I don't want no smoke with her sister because I feel like I'm gonna eventually marry into this family. What should I do? And that's from Kev K.
Kev K. What up, Kev K?
Kev K.
I'm gonna defer to you and let you break this one down.
You gonna let me do my thing? This is a hard situation to be in. You know what I'm saying? You got your girl. I think the sister is probably less of your worries in the hierarchy of loyalty here. So you got your girl, and then you got your homeboy. Is this like just your homeboy, like a nigga you kick it with, or is this like your best friend or some shit like that where you known him for a long ass time? You know what I'm saying? Like, so 2 different scenarios. If this is somebody like I've like been friends with for a very long time, this motherfucker has held me down, whatever, I'll probably have to say something because you and your girl not married, and I would tell my homie, like, look, this is what's going on. Like, I would appreciate it out of respect of me telling you this. Like, you find another way to address it without knowing that without saying that I told you. You know what I'm saying? I had that type of conversation. And then if it get out, like, you know what I'm saying, you just gotta ask for forgiveness, you know what I'm saying, from your girl, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I'm the type of person too that I'll be like, yo, just don't tell me shit else regarding this situation. I've definitely excused myself from several situations where I'm just like, I don't even want to know because I don't want to be put in that position. You know what I'm saying? However, on the flip side of that, I feel like if this is just somebody you kick it with, like a nigga you kick it with, and your girl is the highest priority, then I feel like you should just let him find out kind of on his own, because this letter don't tell it, but he done probably fuck somebody else only because he got a penis.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? Like, am I wrong?
Yeah, who knows?
I'm not. I mean, you know, it's up in the air, but it's a high likelihood. But what I'm saying is, you know, if he just some nigga like you kick it with or whatever, like y'all just kick it, you know, you done hook them up, whatever, I feel like your loyalty is to your girl, and you should just go ahead and keep that. you know what I'm saying, to yourself. But with the sister, I know you say you want to marry into this family or whatever, and from it sound like you're gonna propose to your girl soon. So it sounds like your girl is really high up there for you. You know what I'm saying? So even with that little tidbit of information, it might be something where you just gotta let shit work itself out, or either drop some type of breadcrumb without actually being in it. I don't know what you think. What you think?
I agree. I would kind of I would steer clear of the whole situation, man. It seems like it can get very hairy and very muddy very quickly.
Murky.
So if I were you, I just would steer clear, and back away.
The whole thing, just be quiet the whole time. So like your homeboy, like your homeboy. So this like your homeboy, like Shan. You always talk about her. That's your homie. Like that's your nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was that same situation, you knew somebody she was fucking with was fucking around on her, you think you could keep it?
Nah.
Exactly. Like that is hard. Like that's hard. And somebody you really fuck with. You know what I mean? Like you really fuck with. It's different if this is just somebody y'all get up, y'all smoke, y'all go to the club, do some shit like that. You know what I mean? You don't give a fuck.
Nah.
But it's hard.
Yeah,
you know what
it's
I mean?
like, but you want to mind, like if I say, for example.
Yeah, you want to mind your business. But if she found out, if some shit go and your homie found out that you knew, that's gonna be an issue
another
too.
Conversation. Yeah. I don't know, man. Pray on it, nigga. Close your eyes. Let's see what. Let
final
the Lord
advice is. What's your final advice?
Let the Lord use you.
Pray on it.
Let the Lord use you. Whatever he puts on your heart, I say do.
Hey, I be in that position too. Like I'm gonna just see what come to me, what the Lord tell me to do on certain shit. Like I'm gonna just let it ride and see what is gonna come to me in my sleep. It's gonna come to me as an epiphany while I'm driving, like something like it's just gonna come. My final advice is just understand where your loyalties lie. And you know what I'm saying? If it's really the best bet is, I feel like what B said, just stay out of the whole shit and take the chips where they fall and pick them up as they fall and apologize, you know what I'm saying? Ask for forgiveness, not permission. And your girl love you, so your girl probably gonna give you another chance. She just gonna think you a chatty patty ass nigga. I think the best thing is probably to stay clear or figure out where your loyalties lie. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can trust your man with, hey, I have this information and don't put me in it. Because I definitely know people where I know certain shit about them and I feel cool with them, but I know how they roll. So they're going to confront the person and say, well, Fresh said, da 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 da. Now I got beef with this person and now y'all back together. You know what I mean? So I just try to stay clear
man.
All that. So,
shit, funky cold Medina.
Clunky Cole Medina. So Kev K, if you really fuck with us, let us know what happened and what you decided to do.
My boy.
All right, let's get to free smoke.
Free smoke
is where we talk about hot button or personal issues. It could be from anything from politics to petty. And today's topic is about timelines and your own timeline. So, B has recently, on a professional note, B has recently, gotten a new gig. And, I've just recently got a new gig and I start soon and I'm super hype about that. You know what I'm saying? And the reason timelines come up is just because, you know, I've been having conversations just period with people and sometimes, you know, whether it's a personal timeline of, you know, things that come to mind is like people have their timeline of when they're going to get married and when they're going to have kids. And, you know, on a professional timeline, when they're going to be in this job and when they're going to be in a certain position. And it could be based on age. It could be based on time. But a lot of times timelines are based on what you see others doing. So I just want to talk about that a little bit and, you know, just dig into that. Like, B, have you have you had timelines in your life, like as personal or professional? You know what I'm saying? You're married, you have kids, you know, you have a good job, all of these things. Like, did you have personal timelines that you developed for yourself?
Maybe subconsciously, not like,
you're not a big planner, are you?
I'm not a planner. I kind of just go, like, I just have, like, something comes in my mind and I try to execute. Like, or if opportunity, like, I kind of seize the moment. Was it laissez-faire? I forgot what that shit is. But,
I know where you were going with that.
I don't even know if that's what the actual Latin term is, but I kind of just seize the moment. You know what I'm saying? And I don't.
Carpe Diem?
There we go. That's it.
All right.
We in this bitch Latin. You know what I mean?
I told you I was with you.
That's what it is. Laissez-faire, I think it was some economic shit. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know where the fuck that shit comes from, but I think it stems from economics. But anyway, but nah, I'm not a huge planner. Like, I just kind of like go on a whim. Like, I'm getting my house painted, and like my man just kept one of my homeboys who's painting my crib. He just kind of came over, and I was like, boom, how much you charge me to do X, Y, and Z? And we did it. You know what I'm saying? Versus like when I had my twins and shit like that, like, I was kind of like, I knew that I didn't, when I had my kids, I didn't want to have like a baby mama and shit. I wanted to be married and I mean, do it I guess, you know, not the right way, but the way that I wanted to be in my kid's life on a daily basis, and I have a baby mama shit like that. So I wanted to do it
so you didn't have a timeline for that. You just knew how you wanted to execute it whenever it came to that time. I didn't say like by
age 30, cause no man really, you know, praise on that, not praise, but like, you know, like I can't wait for my wedding day. 97, 98%.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
why I think I'm a man.
It just kind of happens when it happens, and like when the stars and the moon align. But I knew like how certain things I wanted in my life to be. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to have a baby mama. I didn't want to do like live separate from my kids if I could at all help it. So yeah, and then I mean I wanted to get a house, but it wasn't like I didn't say I wanted to have a house by X year or X, you know, day in my life or age of my life or whatever. So it just kind of, things just kind of happen, and I just kind of act on a whim, like, boom, I think I want a crib. Or I think I want another crib, or I think I want a new car. And like, I won't say I'm impulsive, but I kind of just, you know, kind of go with shit. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I kind of like the way that I am. I'm a Gemini. But the way that I think about certain things, I feel like there are certain things that are within my control, or I have some type of, I could put some type of effort into making those things happen. And I feel like there are things that are just organic and are out of my control. When it comes to like love life and shit like that, I've never been a dreaming of getting married type person. I'm never having kids. I already know that. That's never been on my timeline. However, professionally and like where I want to be and who I want to be in life has always been something where I've executed towards. You know what I'm saying? I am a planner in that regard. I don't feel like you can plan when you will fall in love and get married. You know what I'm saying? Like, for some people that shit might happen at 21. For some people that shit might not happen at 51. You know what I'm saying? But if you put timelines on certain things, like love and marriage and shit like that, like you can have aspirations. Like, I would love to have this, and that, but some people are really trying to execute against a timeline of marriage. And then when you get in that, especially, in the 30s, like early 30s, everybody is kind of getting married. And if they don't have kids, like they're having kids. So it makes some people feel very inadequate because they don't have those things, which to me is very weird. But on the flip side of that, I have beat myself up about things I have not obtained professionally where I saw myself. You know what I'm saying? I am a planner in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Like this job that I just recently secured, like it's on paper, all jobs have their shit. Don't get me wrong. But based on what I know about the job, like if I'm going to be working for somebody else at this point in time in my life, like it's like a dream job. Like I'm getting the bag. I'm doing the shit that I want to do. I get to run the shit. I get to develop my ideas and execute and all that. So I'm happy about that. Like I'm super excited about that. But you know, I do have friends that, you know, were directors and all this shit by the time they were 30 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? It's not something where, so a thing is you can be genuinely happy for somebody else. So just because you're comparing yourself against somebody else's timeline doesn't mean you're not happy for that person. Right. You're just beating yourself up because you feel like you should be further along than you should be. So when I was about to turn 30, like, I feel like 30 was like, first of all, you get out of college, you 22. 23, 20, 21, 22, 23, depending on when you get out of college. So you like 22. And in your mind, you're like, by the time I'm 30, I'm gonna be this, and that. And you're not realizing that, you know what I'm saying? You've only had like 6 to 8 years of life. You know what I mean? Like, as an adult. So like, I really beat myself up about that, and I would put myself up against other people's timelines. You know what I'm saying? People were doing shit, even like getting money, you know what I'm saying? Like salary rise and shit like that. Like, why am I not getting that? And the funny thing about it is, it has been people who I looked at a certain point in time that excelled in their portion of their career when we were kind of at the same level. They excelled faster than me, but now they're still in those same places. And I've been 5, 6, 7, 8 steps ahead of that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, even come to things like where people like, you know, you should buy a house. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's life is different. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to have a house if that doesn't work for you. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? You don't, I think a house is a good investment, but I'm just talking about in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because this person is 32 and they bought a house doesn't mean that that's what works for you right now.
I think everybody's path is their path. Like, I don't, like, what you eat don't make me shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer of that. So,
exactly. I
take motivation from others. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to see people doing well, and that is motivation and aspirational for me. But at the same time, like, I can't predicate what I do off what you've done. You know what I'm saying? I can use that, like, damn, bro, doing one, and shit, that's pretty dope. I should look into seeing, like, cause I know people that had houses.
Your friendship motivates you.
Yeah, like, I know people that had houses. One of my homeboys, that live in my neighborhood now, like, he had a house, man, early and shit. And one of my realtor homeboys, he had a house when he was 20. And now he's fucking 35 and his house is damn near paid off and he about to sell it and make 200,000 cash type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
nice.
So,
yeah.
I mean, you know, hindsight being what it was, you like to do things a little, you know, at certain different points. But at the same time, like, it's people that, you know, I've done things that a lot of my friends haven't done necessarily. And I'm pretty sure I'm their motivation. Exactly. So I say that to say, like, your plan is your plan. You just have to try to execute when you have the opportunity. You just got to kind of seize the moment and put yourself in position to be able to seize the moment when that opportunity, you know, presents itself one way or the other.
No, I think that's 100% correct. And I think that, you know, it used to impact me more. And like I said, when I say this, like, I'm genuinely, like, I love being around people who motivate me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, shout out to Shay and Toy and Ashley and Jada and, like, you know what I mean? Just people who are just doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? And they're advancing. Cause I put more stock in my professional life than my personal life. Cause I just feel like you can't predict it. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like you'll drive yourself crazy or you will make something out of nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you'll get with somebody and you're like, oh, I'm 35, so let me make this a lifelong thing when this really is just a summer thing. You know what I mean? Like, you make things out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, I'm just more of, you know, I'm more like you, like a Carpe Diem type person. But, you know, even when we talking right now, like, I don't necessarily put myself on timelines of others anymore, but I do have timelines. I am a goal setter. You know what I'm saying? I have things that I definitely want to execute, and I have a timeline in which I want to execute those things. So when I'm not executing those things in the timeline I see fit, then that kind of bugs me out. Especially when I know, like, I've had time to do it and I just did not do it. But I feel like also sometimes I put unrealistic expectations of myself. You know what I mean? Like, you don't realize how long something is actually going to take. And the universe will definitely shift things around so that you can accomplish things the way that you should accomplish things, because it might not be your time for that particular thing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just one of those things. But I definitely feel like it's a good idea from my perspective to kind of know where you want to be, so that you can, and not necessarily be like me, but just have a high level idea of, hey, this is the end goal, or this is the next step, or whatever. Or else you're just kind of, I don't know, like kind of frailing along in life. You know what I mean? Like that just doesn't work for me. And I know a lot of people who are that way, and they're totally fine, which is great. Like you said, what you eat don't make me shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you also can't be the person that want all this shit but want to do it from the couch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What is do you have any tips or suggestions just for, you know, like you said, you are not a planner, but you're an executor.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, any tips for people to get to where they want to get to?
I mean,
based on their
you can
own
definitely set
timelines?
goals. I mean, if that's what you know, like, do whatever, like, however you work and strategize in the day to day, right? So, like, set goals, do your vision boards and all that shit. That I don't necessarily do that, but I just have things in my mind that, like, when they come up, like bright ideas that I get, like I try to execute them. You know what I'm saying? Like I just try to act on those impulses that I have and just try to execute on them. Not always they're not always successful, but at least I gave it a shot. So I think, just try, you know what I mean? If you have some shit that you think about, just try it, and it may manifest itself, and if it doesn't, then, you know, it doesn't. But and if it's for you, it'll be for you. You know what I mean? So I think, just, you know, like I said, seize the moment, tackle every day that you can, you know, try to do something dope. And, I think, you know, things will work out, hopefully, for you.
I agree with, what B said, but I also, feel like you gotta be a person that's willing to put effort into whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're a plan ahead person or, you know what I'm saying, you are a person that's carpe diem, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm thinking about today, you know what I'm saying? So execute on that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's very hard to sit back and say, this is what I want to do, and I'll do it on Monday. You know what I'm saying? I can even take this podcast, for example. This podcast was supposed to be executed like 3-4 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, we've been talking about this shit forever, but the universe aligned to the point where it was just like, you know what? First, you don't have no choice but to do this shit. Like, if you don't do this shit at this point in time, that's all on you. You know what I'm saying? So you can't sit back and do coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. I was like, you know what? It really ain't no excuse why I can't put this podcast together. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, like shit with my job and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I have the resume and the title would come. You know what I'm saying? And then it came. But you can't just have some pie in the sky shit where you just sitting there praying and not putting any action behind it. You know what I'm saying? So if it's something that you really want, you know what I'm saying? I think even though B and I have different methods of forecasting, it's still about execution. Yeah. We both feel that way. So if you want something, execute on it, and opportunities come for people at different times. So don't base your timeline on somebody else's timeline. Agreed. Base it on what you're doing. But yeah, I want to thank y'all for listening, and make sure y'all subscribe to the show, and y'all know we are on Spotify, and we are on YouTube and Stitcher and Apple Podcasts and all of that, and follow us on social at the 8 Shit Show. That's an X where the I would be. I don't think that I gave outro for 8 Shit and 2 cents, but if you guys want to write into us, that's the Ain't Shit Show at gmail.com, and that's the X where the I would be. And make sure y'all leave, you know, a comment and all of those things. And again, thanks for all the love I received in North Carolina while I was there, and shout out to B. We had a good time taking those pictures, and shout out to Neek and you know, just shout out to all of those people. You know, you shout out, man. You got any shout out that you need to give before we wrap this up?
Shout out to all my people, man. You know what I mean? Everybody that I love. And,
everybody that I love. Shout out to my mama who think I'm famous.
We is a little bit, you know what I mean?
Shout out to my mama who think I'm famous. And my niece called me say, shout out to my niece. She had her 13th birthday, on the 10th. Shout out to her. I can't believe I am the aunt of a teenager now. That's wild. Oh, she said, hey, Aunt Sean, I heard you famous. I knew it. And she said she knew it though. She was like, I knew it. I was like, that's what's up.
Shout out to little niece.
She's talking about, you kind of been famous for real. I was like, oh, word. But you know, kids be telling the truth. So I accept it from a kid, cause they'll tell you the worst shit about yourself. But yeah, man. Thank y'all. And, the quote for today, y'all know I like to end the shit with a quote. And it goes back to like the timeline shit and all that. And it is the only thing scarier than change is when nothing changes at all.
Bars, nigga.
Deep snap, snap, snap. Until next week, y'all, be great. Wakanda forever.